Accu-Stats Video Productions presents from the Roseland Ballroom in New York City, the U.S. Open Straight Pool Championships. Along with Jeremy Jones, I'm Bill Incardona, and the feature match is going to slate two of the four undefeated players left in the tournament, Ralf Souquet and Dick Lane. And you know a lot about Dick Lane, don't you, coming from Texas?
Oh, I sure do. I watched him for, it's got to be 10 years now, and what a straight pool player. I mean, yesterday in his match, he was trailing John Schmitz 75 to -2, and ended the match 150 to somewhere around 65. So, and we talked about that yesterday during that match. What a grinder. I mean, he's not giving anything away.
No, he isn't. And I talked with another gentleman from Texas the other day, and he said that he was watching Dick Lane practice, and he seemed like he was really in stroke. And obviously, it's reflecting in his play here. And he's one of the only four undefeated players left in the tournament. Dick Lane's playing actually Ralf Souquet. On the other table, in a match between two of the undefeated players, is Minwei Chin against Thomas Engert. And there's a lot to be said about Thomas Engert, especially that high ball run. I mean, that high run he has.
490 something.
Whatever.
Well, anywhere past 300 is incredible. I mean.
Past 300.
I mean, well, you're talking about an elite class there. Oh, he's broke the balls perfect. As long as he doesn't leave something in the stack. Well, this is probably, besides Dick, how well he runs the balls. This is his forte when it comes to straight pool, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
As a safety.
Yeah. Nick Varner mentioned to me the other day about taking the intentional third scratch. He wouldn't hesitate on taking the intentional third scratch if it came to that, because the balls on the featured table seem to break so well, and that's another indication that he knows what he's talking about, right? And the balls broke perfectly.
Yeah, I've commentated 3 matches, and I've seen 3 90-ball runs, 130-ball run. I mean, they're running some balls, that's for sure.
Safety.
He's just going to play off the one, putting the one on the right side of the stack, and the cue ball down on the low cushion. Oh, he went the opposite way. Nice shot. Same scenario.
Allowed.
Same outcome.
Dick Lane, really, like Jeremy mentioned, is a grinding player. He's not going to give anything away. He's not going to pass anything up. And if he's in good stroke, which he is, he's going to do well, which he is doing well.
Right. And we got to speak about there's 4 undefeated lady players left in the event. Vivian Villarreal is playing Allison Fisher, and Belinda Campos is playing Lori John Jones.
Wow, a lot of Texas-bred players left in this tournament.
Sure are. New York isn't the only place they play straight pool and play it well.
Safety.
Yeah, I don't think Texas is much of an underdog to get someone to the finals here.
And talking about who's left in the tournament, there are 3 players left in the tournament, the men's division, from Germany. And Oliver Ortmann on the loser side, he's waiting for the winner, actually. Excuse me, he's waiting for the loser, I believe, of the Chin-Engert match.
Safety.
And I think that tells you, what it tells you there is, you know, they're great players in Germany, but also I think the advantage they find is they have 2 very competitive tournaments a year in straight pool. Where here in the States, they have the German Championship and the European Championship. And here in the States, they haven't had a major straight pool tournament in probably 4 or 5 years anyway, and they haven't had this event in 6 years.
That's correct. So therefore, it's really understandable why there are so many good players left in the tournament from Germany.
Sure.
Because they're accustomed to playing straight pool, where the Americans, on the other hand, we don't have that many tournaments.
Right.
And we lose a little bit of the feel for the game.
And
the younger players don't have the experience to play the straight pool.
Right. And I think a lot of times in other parts of the world, when they start to learn how to play pool in general, they get several tapes and a lot of recommendations by a lot of the former champions, Jim Rempe's and Nick Varners and Siegels. They tell the people in the rest of the world, well, start out by playing straight pool. It's going to teach you a lot about the game. And so they learn initially, where when I started playing pool, I didn't play straight pool. I played 9-ball in one pocket because that's the area of the country I was from,
And I the same. We didn't really play much straight ball. I'm from Pittsburgh. You would think from Pittsburgh they play a lot of straight ball, but on the contrary, we didn't play a lot of straight ball in Pittsburgh. But I totally agree with that assessment of straight pool is really the best game to learn to play when you're young, growing up.
Sure.
It just enables you to play just better all-around pool because you have to think when you play straight pool, and you become more creative, and you just train yourself to think when you're at the table, and it's so important to do that.
And you learn how to pocket balls too. I mean, it teaches you fundamentals along with having a train of thought while you're playing the game.
Okay, we'll get back to the match. They're just jockeying back and forth, playing safeties, figuring, trying to gain some sort of advantage. Now Lane seems to be in a pretty difficult position, Jeremy.
It looks like he may be able to play off the 4 and come back to the 4 or the 5 with English, or to the end cushion.
Yeah, I kind of like what he did there because in going back into the stack, it would make it too easy for Souquet to return that same type of a shot where he just left Souquet.
Right. You want to leave your opponent, if you can, in between the first diamond when you're playing safe underneath the stack. You want to leave him in between the first diamond and the pocket along the rail. That, from a lot of straight pool players, have told me that that's the best place to leave your opponent when playing a safety.
Well, that's where Lane left Souquet, so therefore Lane, being one of the most knowledgeable straight pool players on the floor today, obviously sees it the same way you do.
Right.
Left him in that awkward position.
He might have a safety hitting the 2 full and leaving the cue ball there. I don't suggest elevating the cue. He's just going to roll up against it, and if he doesn't get a rail with a 3, that's all right.
Safety allowed.
I mean, he wanted to get a cushion, and he's at an advantage here, I believe. I think initially Souquet's at an advantage.
Okay, well, he can reposition the cue balls in about the same area that he did the last time he was at the table, but this time it carries a little bit of a penalty in the 14.
Right.
So he's going to have to try to protect himself from leaving the 14.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tough shot, nevertheless, even if he does leave the 14. And not saying that either player, he's left the 5, which is a lot easier shot than the 14 would have been.
Yeah, and you can rest assured that Souquet is going to shoot the 5. It's close enough to the cue ball for him to get an accurate hit on it, but it's not an easy shot by any means.
This being the first shot to shoot at in the match, this isn't something you'll have to, if someone said this is the shot you have to shoot with the balls open somewhat, this wouldn't be what you'd want to have.
Well, if I was Souquet and I had this offered to me, whether to accept it or pass it, I think I would accept it.
Oh, absolutely. Especially, he's a great 9-ball player, and he's trying to find if he's going to have some reward with the 4-ball being wired in the lower right-hand pocket. I mean, that would almost make it where you'd almost have to shoot the ball because you could probably run the rack and get started on a nice run.
Well, he might be thinking about kicking into the 6 now if the 4-ball is wired opposed to shooting the 5.
Yeah.
That shot may be a little bit easier for him to execute than the 5. It's only he knows that.
He's pretty smooth, though. I think any kind of shot like this that he shoots at, especially on these size pockets, I mean, they are a little forgiving. I think that he'll make. And he's made it.
He had the center of the pocket. Very nicely executed. Yeah. That gets him out of the woods somewhat here. Now he's got a shot on the 12, the 1, 3, and the 11 on the left-hand side of the table, grouped together, but they're workable.
Oh, yeah. I think either the 12 or the 9 to take those 2 balls out. He's going to come around and try and play. If the 4 is playable, he's going to come around possibly on the 1 or the 4 and try and get the rack open a little.
2.
If he happened to get good on the 1 here where he could open those 3 balls, that's what he'd do.
He's got a nice shot on the 14. He's opting to shoot. He likes the 7, sitting near the top portion of the rack. Maybe he'll use the 7 now to open up the rack here a little bit better than it is.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have a. I mean, it's fall unfortunate if he does open the rack not to get a shot, but doesn't really have a guaranteed ball. Now, if he was to open the 1, the 11 and the 3 would be, easy shots then. And I was talking to Oliver Ortman earlier after his match and after he defeated Jim Rempian. He said that Ralf is really probably playing as good as he's ever played. And obviously a great straight pool player, but his 9-ball skills just make him extremely dangerous in a game like this. You know, he won a tournament, his first tournament in this on the Camel Tour last year, and he played exceptional. So when the pressure gets on, I don't think it's going to bother him.
Yeah, he's most definitely one of the strongest players in Europe. There's no question about that. And he's certainly making his presence felt in our country as well.
Sure. And the 4 must be. Oh, he's going to shoot the 7. He must have a little doubt about the 4 ball. And if he hits him, it looks like hitting the 10 fairly full. He should open the balls.
6.
And the 4 didn't really budge. He just peeled off 2 balls. The 4 may be still wired in the pocket if it was before.
The 4 may be wired in the pocket now. I mean, he's taking a look at it now.
Yeah, I think he's seeing if the 4 goes to where if he takes the 2 off the table, if he opens the pocket for the 4 to open that cluster up, say getting position on the 10 and so on.
7.
He must have a plan in mind, or else he wouldn't have shot that shot. That's not a shot you just want to pick out if you have other options.
He's looking, I think he's looking at the 4, but maybe not. From our vantage point, it's hard for at least me to tell if
I
the 4 is
I
wired.
think the 4 goes, but you know, of course, the 2's in the way right now.
The 4 looks like it's aiming a little high,
which means it's going to throw down.
Well, I don't think it's near frozen. I think it's
It
good.
doesn't matter if
obviously,
it's frozen or not there.
Well, what I'm saying is that if there's enough distance in between the balls, then you won't get that throw action.
Right.
But
he's felt a little unfortunate here with the 13-10 tying up, and really doesn't have just a superb break ball right now.
And it doesn't look like he has that many opportunities to manufacture one as well.
Yes.
Everything seems high, and it's going to be difficult. And, you know, maybe he'll use the 8 for a break ball.
Or the 15 even.
6 ball.
He might try and break up the cluster of the 13-10 here.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity for him to do that. He had a nice angle.
Mm-hmm. And if he was to fall right on the 13, it's not a bad break ball on the side.
No.
You can hit the top of the rack with that angle, which you have to hit. You have to hit the top 2 balls, or else you possibly could scratch off the side of the rack on a break shot.
That's true. So it's given him a little bit more to think about what he could possibly do. And he's got a couple nice lead balls for the 13 in the break in the side for the break.
Yeah, I think. Well, he's going to go ahead and.
He still has a nice lead ball into 3 to the 13 if he chooses to do that. He can shoot 2-8, 15, 3, 13, but that's a moot point.
But he's going to play low, and he's going to take care of these balls and play with the bottom of the rack on the break. Actually, if he was to get on the 3 correctly, he could have shot the 2 in the right side and had a break shot there too. That used to be. I think, was it you telling me that was, no, it was someone else telling me that was Greenleaf's favorite break shot, where the 2 is positioning the cue ball over there with an angle to come into the rack shooting in the side.
It looks like he's going to use the 15, at least from the angle that he's left himself with on the 2.
Right.
He's going to probably leave the 15 for the break.
Ooh.
Wow, I was surprised to see that.
Yeah.
No, I'd think about using the 8 here.
I think he's fine. I think the 8's good too. Either one, they're fairly close. But I think the 15 being further away from the pocket,
14.
you can generate a better angle into the rack, and you get more speed.
Yeah, you probably get more speed, and you won't have to get that steep of an angle considering the position of the 15. And like you said, it's further toward the center of the table, which will enable you then to hit the outside of the rack more often.
Right.
And that's the part of the rack he would like to hit, because after hitting the second or the end ball, he's got a better chance of going around the table, or getting around the rack, that is.
Yeah. Oh, Chen has just missed a ball that you wouldn't expect him to miss, and he was on a nice run playing Thomas Engert.
Well, he ran looks like he's run 38 balls. He leads in that match 38-0. Engert at the table, and Engert ran, I think, 90-some-odd and out there yesterday.
Yeah, 93 and out maybe?
Yeah.
97 and out?
And against Rippey, wasn't it?
Yes.
So,
yes, he played well. Yeah, that could be a very costly mistake by Mr. Chen. I'll tell you one thing I'm disappointed in is
15 ball.
Jim Rippey really played good pool to be out of this tournament. I watched both his losses. I was commentating, and he really played well. I'd like to still see him in this event and have an
15.
opportunity to win. I'm not saying that any other player deserves to be out and him in, but I thought he was playing well.
Yeah, he was playing well. There's other players that are in agreement with what you just said about how well Rimpey was playing, and he lost a couple of real tough matches.
Right.
You know, it seems kind of unfair that the 2 matches he lost were as close as they were.
And he faced guys that were on the top of their game, and he just the matches could have gone either way. But both his matches he played really well. He almost went out in 2 innings both times, hardly ever making a mistake.
Well, if it's any consolation, then he should be really happy on how he played.
Sure, and I think people would recognize that, and he should be.
And knowing Rimpey, I'm certainly sure that's the way he's going to view it as well.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he's got such great composure, and his demeanor is one that I would like to have.
Sure.
And I'm sure that he's not going to dwell on what happened. He's going to look at how well he played and, you know,
17.
make it the best of that.
All right, he's rebroke the balls. He's peeled off about 4 balls, 4 more to work with, the 1, 10, 12, and 8. He's got a few options. If he could move the 10, the 7 would be a nice ball. If he could move the 12 out of the way also. I mean, that's a little work, but
1 ball.
going into the 8 here, he's got to shoot it smooth, pretty soft, make sure he gets a shot.
18.
And he's falling a little straight on this, Billy. What do you think? What do you think the next maneuver is? The 3 on the side?
Well, I don't know if the 9 will pass. I don't know if he has enough room to pocket the 9 after the 12 is removed, and maybe he can use the 3 as a lead ball to the 9.
I don't think that's available. I think
19.
he's got a few options here. If he falls straight on this, he could shoot the 10 and open the 7 a little and go from there. I don't. He's got a lot of work left here.
Yeah, undoubtedly, I think he's going to shoot the 10 next. He may try to loosen 1 or 2 balls.
Right.
And then see what he can do from there.
Yeah, but there's a flirt there with a scratch drawing the ball, but off the 7.
Maybe he's going to use the 12. Now he's going to shoot the 3, then the 10.
Yeah. I see that. He could even shoot the 3 and roll up and take the 12 out of the way. He wants to really have that 7 ball open, I think. Well, he's
20.
gone up table for the 2. It's over there by its lonesome. You might as well get it out of the way. He hasn't really got a great angle to get a position on anything particular. He could draw down to this area of the table and, ooh.
Oh, so he didn't like anything. He didn't like the 10, or else he wouldn't have shot the 2.
I'll tell you what, he's falling perfect here. If he could shoot the 3 in the side, come over, bump the 10, he's going to open the 7, and he's going to get to break the rack. This is an easy shot, but I think that's a better play than.
You see what he's doing. He's looking to go 3 cushions around the rack, playing position for the 10. Your shot, the way you described it, by the way, which I didn't notice the shot was even available, seems to be really a good shot, providing that he's laying correctly. You know, right?
I think he could do it, and I don't think. I think he, this option is good, but I don't see him opening the rack here much without taking a little bit of risk. It looks like if he hits this ball hard, he could come off the 6 and off the 7 and possibly scratch in the corner pocket.
I think he'll be able to open up some balls there because he's ended up in a pretty good line on the 10. As a matter of fact, it's probably the optimum position he's ended up in to open up some balls.
Now, he could follow the ball and not have any risk, I think. But you see the ball hitting the 6, the side of the 6, and then the 7?
You think it's going to hit the 6?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he probably won't hit it with enough force. Yeah, I just didn't see the rack opening as well. I mean, he may have come away with something anyway. The 6 may pass, or the 7 may be wired in the lower left-hand corner. But you know, it's 6 one way, half dozen another. So I mean, he'll be all right.
9 ball.
It's I think all these players are starting to get in the flow of the game too. They really are seeing the patterns really well. If the 14 was available here, I might be opted to shoot the 14.
Well, of course, if it's a possibility, yeah.
I think it is.
It's pretty close.
It's the kind of shot that if you have it and you know you're not going to miss it, you shoot it. Otherwise, don't shoot it. There's no need. I don't think there's any possibility of him missing this ball.
You know, he can knock the 6 out too if he hits it softly. Well, let's see what he has now.
Well, I don't. The 11.
He may end up breaking him with the 7 here.
He could break in the side pocket off the 4 to the 11 for a break and shoot the 11 in the side and break the balls.
I kind of like the 7, Jeremy.
Because you can get speed on the ball.
Yeah, you can open up the balls with the 7. And the 7 is off that bottom cushion far enough to make it an easier shot.
Well, it'd be 6, shoot the 6, then the 4, then the 11 in the side, roll above the stack.
Yeah, you got it.
And then you're perfect.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, he can do it. I liked actually your way of doing it the
Sure,
best because less
then
cue ball travel.
Right, and then you have just a natural angle to get to that ball.
7.
But he's gonna.
Here he's got to stroke the ball a little, and I mean, like I said, he'll be fine either way. Either way.
But now speed becomes more crucial.
Sure.
6 ball. 28.
Well, that's a perfect,
Yeah.
perfect position to end in, and he certainly has done a fine job.
He's on a current run of 28.
Mr. Lane 0.
I'd like to mention that on the other table in that equally important match with Chin and Engard, Chin ran 38 and missed, and Engard has been at the table since. He's on a run of 18.
Just getting started. He has a little bit of a dangerous shot there, and I don't know if he's come away with a shot. It doesn't look like he's really come away with anything, does it, do you?
No, he broke the balls up with a fairly testy shot, but
he might have to play a 3-ball combination, the 15-2-3. I don't see anything else. And this straight pull that can happen. I mean, you can break the balls up, and I don't know how many times I've played 8-ball on the bar table and broke the balls and made a ball and everything spread apart and don't have a shot at anything. So
here we go.
7 ball.
He would like to hit the 3 in the 15, I would think. Well, he wasn't able to do that. And now he better hope that something comes down here to give him a shot. Well, it looks like he may have the 4 ball. It's pretty tight, but it looks like he may have it. He's taking a look at it now.
Look at this shot. This Ingrid shooting the 9-6 combination inside. That would be the shot of the tournament. And he missed it. There's been some great matches today. Tony Robles was at -2 and ran 148 before missing a shot, and really a incredible run. That's the closest we've had in the highest run to 150. He's missed this ball. And you're going to see Dick Lane's first opportunity at the table with a workable rack.
Well, he ran 29, and it looked like that ball dipped in a little bit up, but he missed it when he hit it.
Missed it
not by
yeah.
much, but he missed it, and it didn't look like it dipped in a little more.
Right.
14 ball.
And you know, some people have regarded Dick Lane as playing a little slow, but I don't think so. I was talking to him. I've watched some of his matches, and I haven't seen it. Of course, they have a shot clock here. He's going to get on the 5 to re-break the rack, by the way. And well, he's got a little steep on that ball.
Yeah, but this plays really, really nicely if you hit it clean. And
sure, and you don't have to hit it with much speed either. You're going to open the rack. You can hit this like a medium speed. You don't have to cream it. And well,
3 and 4.
He's got the 10 on the side. He's okay. And for you viewers out there, it looks like Mr. Lane might be nervous, but that's with the shaking of his right arm. But that's just the condition he has.
Ball.
He's done it for years, right?
Yeah, I think it's something that happened in the service, wasn't it?
Right, and his shoulder. And, but I tell you, it doesn't hamper his game.
5.
Not in my eyes. It
Well,
doesn't.
obviously, he's one of the 4 undefeated players left in this tournament.
Yeah, and I think not taking anything away from Ralf Souquet, if you're wanting to learn how to pattern the balls like a traditional straight pull player, between the two players, they both do a great job. But I think Dick Lane is probably the player to watch in that respect. Wouldn't you say so, Bill?
Yeah, well, he really doesn't have the firepower that a lot of the players have that are left in this tournament. So therefore,
Right.
he had to get there. He had to get here
Another
in this
route.
position some way.
Right.
And what you just said probably is true, and that he recognizes his patterns really well and he plays them well. And that can certainly aid you in winning matches,
7.
selecting the right ball.
Sure. It's
Full ball.
he gets through the racks just a hair easier, and it makes it where it doesn't wear on him as much, and he doesn't have to make shot after shot and so on and so
How's
forth.
this here? 6 inside, 11 in the corner, 15 in the corner, knocking the 2 out, 13 in the opposite
Sure.
corner, then the 3.
I like it.
Well,
Oh, he's creamed it. He's killed it. This is no good.
I don't know if he's going to like this.
It's one off in his hand, Billy. Oh, I didn't understand that. I thought he would stay. Well, I didn't expect that.
2 ball.
He just could be a little nervous, Doesn't matter how seasoned a player you are, the nerves get going. This is a big shot in this match right here. Could be something if Ralph got another shot after missing the ball. Just quick. Good shot.
Excellent shot.
Yeah.
10.
And now he's just got to find a break ball.
I think he's going to use the 3.
The 3.
And use the 13 as a lead ball. He's going to shoot 15, 11, 13.
Right.
And 11's a good lead ball to the 13. So this is a pretty clear pattern here, and I'm certainly sure he's not going to pass it up.
No,
It's a connect the dot kind of a thing,
Right, but the other plan you had, he's falling a little short here. He wants to bounce off the cushion a little more.
As long as he stays high on the 13, then he'll be okay. You don't want to get underneath the 13. That way he's going to have to go around the table.
Right.
And that probably won't even help him. He's going to stay high on the 13. And there's no question he did stay high on the 13.
He's perfect, I think. He's just got to use a little touch here, go to the end cushion and out.
13 ball.
Well, I thought he would have left a hair more angle, but he didn't want to threaten getting in the rack.
Mr. Lane on the run of 13.
Now, the way this
plays
ball is
3 ball.
positioned, Jeremy, is positioned closely to that lower right corner pocket.
Right.
So, therefore, he's going to probably have to hit, more toward the center of the back of the rack, and that may create some problems for him. He might, go into the rack, to the side rail, and back into the rack again.
I don't think he's going to go that far. Dick, Dick doesn't fish too far from the shore when he plays pool. He's going to try and hit some corner balls here, get 4 or 5 out, and start working the rack from there. I don't think he's not looking for an open cluster every time.
So, therefore, he's going to shoot this with not a real hard speed.
He's going to shoot it hard, but his direction of the cue ball he's not going to worry about that as much. I don't think he's going to try and stay below. He's going to try and hit the 5 and come up the table somewhat. That way, a lot of times you get a ball for the side pocket, which is a pretty safe ball that's usually going to come out.
Yeah, I like hitting the 5 here, but if he opts to go another route, I think some bad things can happen to him. But,
absolutely.
If he hits the 5 here,
this is the kind of break shot where they'll check the rack too a lot of times, because there's certain balls they want to hit in this rack, and he wants to make sure the rack is tight, because this is key. The side of the rack, a lot of times you can have a loose ball and it won't affect you as much, but here he wants to hit the 5. Unless he's coming back trying to hit the 10 and the 1, I don't see that happening. There you go. See, he caught it on the wrong side.
Mm.
But
14.
he hit it with some speed. If he would have hit it more on the right side of the 5, he would have come away with a lot better shot.
Yeah, yeah.
And he really doesn't have position here for anything. The 12 goes, but it's tight. He's straight in on the 11.
He's got some problems.
Yes, he does.
He's got a lot of work in front of him here. He understands it, too. Notice his body language certainly is an indication that he doesn't like the results of that shot.
No.
But this is where he's really got to bear down and try to, put down this half difficult shot on the 11, and then hit it with the speed possibly to go up table and maybe end up with something on the 13. I don't know.
Or even a long 6,
or
even a long 6 ball.
Maybe the 5. He can just
I
roll
don't
it.
think he wants to roll the ball that soft. I wouldn't want to roll the ball that soft, personally. Yeah. What
Well,
a shot.
you couldn't have executed that
great
shot any better than what he just did. Look at the control of the cue ball. That's really beautiful.
That was confidence. He's going to look at probably reopening the rack a little bit here with the 6 going into the 10. If the 10 splits the 8 and 14, it'll open the entire rack.
Whenever you see a player at the table execute a shot like he did, as effortlessly as he executed that particular shot, you know he's totally prepared to play.
Oh, sure. And he's had,
6 ball.
some tough matches, grueling matches where he fell behind and it didn't phase him at all. So.
And keep in mind, pocketing balls is not really his forte.
No.
But in that instance,
not taking him anything away from his 9-ball game. There's nothing wrong with his 9-ball game.
But in that instance, you would think that he has great ball pocketing skills because of how cleanly he hit it.
Right. If he doesn't have the 1 here, if the 1's not available, he may be forced to shoot the 4 all the way up in the corner if it passes the 9. That's the only other shot I see really available. The 15 to the right pocket, that's a low percentage shot. Yeah, he's got to shoot the 4.
Hard to judge that shot. At least he can see the spot where he has to hit.
And he's got a pretty safe shot here because the cue ball's going to naturally, depending on how he cues it, I would cue it with more of a center English and let the cue ball go into the 12 and 7, having the 5 or the 9.
He might go into the 9 here, Jeremy, and just take either the 5 or he might go into the 5, excuse me, and just take the 5 or the 14. That's more of a cinch stroke.
Right. My cinch stroke is center English.
Yeah, that's more of a cinch stroke. When you want to follow something, you take a little accuracy away from the shot.
Right.
Now the 5's a bad ball, but the 7 and the 12 are tied
not too much
up.
of a problem.
Well, it blocks the pocket for the 9.
It blocks the pocket for the 9, but he's gonna. Good shot. Good shot.
19.
He's got a few options here. If he wanted to get tricky, he could try to fall.
You know what he did there? He left the 5 there intentionally, realizing that maybe I'll try to break the 7 and 12 up from behind, have the 5 as an insurance ball.
I think he was trying to fall on him.
Which wouldn't have been a bad idea.
No. And he's upset that he didn't. That's a shot that a good straight ball player, he should have been able to guide the cue ball between the 5 and 7, falling on at least the 12.
Plus, he still had the opportunity and the advantage of playing the 7 or the 12 up the other corner.
Sure.
And that
he's already played 2 or 3 up in those other corners this rack, though. It's enough of that, he said.
Is there a limit now on what you can do up the table?
I think over the years, guys have matched games up playing straight pool like that. You can only shoot 2 balls a rack up in the other corner.
So he's exceeded that. So
sure. He's over the
no
limit.
more up there, at least not this rack.
He's not too worried about the 12 and 7. I mean, it's giving him a little problem here, but he's got plenty of shots.
What he does have is he has a lot of balls that are open near the foot spot, and a lot of those balls are ideally positioned to do something with the 7 and the 12.
Sure, he's got.
Two ball.
Oh,
I'd play safe for
he's playing for the 7-12 up long, like you
the
said.
7. The 7 is the correct ball because
I think the 12 is the correct ball.
You think? Well, possibly.
Yeah.
Well, now it is for sure.
Well, it is for I think probably a few reasons. That's the only way you can get in trouble is end up short on the 7 on that shot. If you end up a little long or anything, he's got the 8 in the side, 9 in the corner.
24.
Yeah, he's working this rack nice.
Yes, he is. It looked for just a second there that he was going to have a little bit of a problem dealing with this 12-7, but
well, he broke the balls and made a beautiful shot on the 11 up the rail, up the corner, and worked the rack
25.
incredibly from there.
being a right-handed player, he would opt to shoot the 7 or save the 7 as the break shot opposed to the 1. Even if the 1 was even positioned better than it is now, right-handed players would like to break the balls from the right-hand side of the table, the way we're viewing the table, and you people at home also.
Right.
But evidently, he's chosen to use the 1 as the break ball.
I'll tell you what, the one represents a older style break straight pull player. I see a lot of them, they like to break the top of the rack and come to the center of the table.
It sits higher on the rack than the 7 did, and for that matter alone.
It's a lot less risky.
Persuaded him, induced him to use the 1 opposed to the 7. Right. Well, I'm not going to argue with Dick Lane. He certainly is one of the greatest technicians we have out there. And he's on a current run of 27 balls, but he does trail in the match 29-27. But he has the luxury of being at the table with a good break shot.
And Chin's at the table. These two players played 2 great matches yesterday, and we've already seen a few misses by a piece over there, but you know, they're trying to get settled with their nerves. Chin's leading the match 65-24, and this is his first shot on a new run, which he'll probably elect to play safe unless he banks the 5 and gets position on the 2. Now that's a shot.
Yeah.
That's not a bad shot.
I'll tell you what, he will shoot.
Sure.
I've watched him play, and you know, there's not much indecision out there when he's at the table.
And he patterns the balls nice.
In the meantime, Dick Lane.
Dick's coming off the 7 to the center of the table. That's what I suspect anyway. With just about a medium speed, like so.
Ball's opening up nicely.
Sure. That's an ideal break shot for you viewers.
In the 14 ball position on the right-hand side of the rack, a potential break ball if he can massage the balls correctly.
This time he's not so worried about that. That's looking a little far down the road. He's going to run some balls, take care of some trouble, and these good players will manufacture a break shot.
I kind of like shooting the 9, playing position for the 12 or the 2, but mainly the 12 in this pocket. The 12 in this pocket opens up the pocket for the 10, which is a big ball for him to open the pocket for.
What about this shot here? What about, he could take care of the 6 or the 9, and what about the 13 coming up into the 10 and 4 with speed? I don't see any problem with that. And you can leave your 14 ball break there. He's going to go into it with the 9, I guess, but I didn't see any problem with coming off the end cushion straight up into the 4 and 10, did you?
No, I didn't see anything wrong with that.
9 ball.
And then he would have massaged the balls. He probably will anyway. He's going to just rub the 4, opening up those balls. Oh, he didn't get to it.
33.
Well, it looks like he has another opportunity in the 12 right here. Back it up, hit the 4. He'll loosen up the 7 and 11 this way. The 2's in front of the pocket, so he doesn't have to run the risk of not coming away with a shot. I mean, without a shot. So therefore, all he needs to do is concentrate on this shot, make sure that he pockets it, and I think the remaining balls will be opened here.
34.
Yeah, he's fine. The 4, I believe, goes in the corner. I know it goes in the side. It's not really much to worry about. I mean, it is, but nothing to panic over. You shoot the 2. If the 4 doesn't, I think the 4 passes in the corner. Shoot the 2 and then the 13. Come over on the right rail.
He's going to shoot the 4 now, it looks like. I wouldn't. I like shooting the 13 with some inside English.
And coming over.
Coming over for the 4.
And the lower left-hand pocket.
Yeah, and if you don't get that, you got the 10.
And you got there's a number of things. You could get on the 3. I mean, where you come 2 rails back out. I mean, there's a lot of things could happen.
36.
Oh, he's going to try to play position for a ball on the side to drop nicely for the 4 in that fashion, but I don't think
he's falling weird on both of them.
He's lost his market on that particular route. Now he's going to have to revise it somewhat. Let's see what he does to get back. Oh, he's going to use the 7 to put him back in line.
Okay. The 4 must pass then. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, he's been trying to get to that ball now for the last 2 shots.
Right. Well, see, that's why that's why I didn't know earlier, because he looked at it and he wasn't quite positive if it passed.
The 3 also goes too, so therefore he can afford to drop a little lower on this shot.
But he's got to warn not snookering himself on the 3 with the 14. Just staying in The 4 would be the shot he'd like to have.
Yeah, and he would like a little lower angle so he can hit the 11 with the cue ball. Now he's got to work
Or
a
hit
little
the
bit
3
harder.
with the cue ball and have the 11 on the side. Yeah, either way. I don't think he's if he can draw up and get straight in on the 11 in the corner, that's perfect. Then you stop. Oh, nice shot.
Well, it was a real nice shot because
Nice
he had to
touch.
control the
Yeah.
14 ball, you know, and if he hit it a little bit too hard, then he would have lost his market on the 14 ball as a break ball. He didn't do that. He hit it just about as perfectly as he could hit it, considering where he was shooting from. And now he's worked himself quite nicely through this rack, and he's looking pretty smooth out there.
Well, he's going to use the 11 as a break.
Well, he certainly fooled me. How about you?
Me too.
He
That's
really
what.
fooled
But
me.
as the last break, I specified that them older style straight pull players, the guys who really know the game and want to rely on that to win the championship, they break off the top of the rack a lot. He's overhit this a bit.
Yeah, a bit more than a bit. He's really gotten out of line here. I don't even know if he's going to shoot this. I think he's going to shoot it for us, but the make percentage of this particular shot goes way down considering where he's ended up.
Right. But they like breaking the top of the rack. That's Rimpey and actually Siegel. He didn't care so much about breaking the top of the rack because he's looking at running 150 every time he gets up to shoot. So, but all the other guys, Rimpey and some of the other straight pool players, break the top of the rack. Dallas West, I saw him do that quite a bit.
He's currently on a run of 41. He leads in the match 41-29. Souquet started out running 29, then missing a ball.
Yeah,
Lane's been at the table ever since.
There's no time for ducking here. This is a shot. You just bear down and use top English, and you're going to hit the 3 fairly flush and slide over to the right rail. And you'd almost I don't like center English as much. I think that brings in a cross-side scratch and a few other things. I think just there he goes, hitting the top of the cue ball, just running the cue ball. And he's made it.
Yes, he has. He made a real nice shot. Now he's got a shot on the 3. Maybe a 2 in the side, but I look for him to shoot the 3 in the corner.
3 in the corner is a shot, no doubt about it. And if he holds position, which I don't think he'll break the balls immediately with the 2, but he could. If he just rolls up probably 12, 16, 18 inches, somewhere around there. Good speed to cinch the ball.
He played the right-hand side of the pocket, which I feel on this table and all the tables on the floor, that's the correct side of the pocket because the pockets are playing quite large. And by hitting the right side of the pocket, even if you miss it slightly, you still have an excellent opportunity to make it, providing that you hit it with the right speed.
He's going to go ahead and re-break the rack open. I'm not sure he'd necessarily do that in another situation. But maybe he's feeling a little nervous and he wants to get the balls open. See, he initially called the 2. He's going to shoot the 1.
I like what he's doing now.
I do too. He's going to peel off a couple balls. He's going to shoot maybe the 1, 10, and 8.
He doesn't like it. He's shaking his head and he's going back to the 2. The reason I don't like the 2, as you well know, because he's going to push a lot more balls on the right-hand side of the table, maybe create some more congestion over there.
I thought he might shoot the 1, 10, 8, and then open the 15 up and shoot the 15 and open the 13 up for some alleys. I don't see like he has to break the balls up much here. I don't see why.
Now let's take a look and see what he has.
He's falling. Actually, if the 15 passes the 9, he's falling pretty perfect. If he can go ahead and get that out of the way pretty quick.
It looks like he's lying too thin on the 15. He's going to do something with the 4.
No, I mean after he shoots the 4, that's what if it passes the 9 on. He's going to get on, take care of this lonely one over here, I guess.
This is ideal for him to fall on the 14. That way he can just nudge the 13.
Right.
Maybe have the 9 next. But no, he's opted to do something differently. Of course, from our vantage point, it's hard for us to tell what's available. You have to be at the table to really get a good feel of what's happening and available.
I don't think he really wants to move the 13 or 15. He wants to take one of those off cleanly, opening the 13 for a break ball.
Just touch it. It won't hurt at all. Just touch it.
Yeah, just touch it. And have the 6-9 there. Oh, he's running the balls great. What a shot.
Very nicely executed.
Touches,
we hit it with that punch stroke, and realizing that with that particular stroke he wouldn't get much movement from the 13. He actually hit that ball about as perfectly as you could hit it.
And he's gonna leave the 1 and 12 for some key balls getting on his break shot, which would be the 13, I suspect.
Yeah, that's a good pattern. I'm certainly sure he sees it that way, and maybe there's another pattern available. We'll soon find out.
He's gonna draw up in between the. I would suspect to draw up in between the 15-6, shoot the 15, then the 6, come over 12 on the side for the 1, and then be home with the 13 break. This is easy, like so.
51.
Wow, that ball curled over a little.
Well, it hit the foot spot, and then it took a left turn.
Yeah, he wanted to be straight in on that ball where he could just draw back a smudge and then be straight in on the 6. There's no problem though. This is, I suspect if his touches, if he feels comfortable, he'll get almost straight in on the 6 here.
He's got to be careful here. If that cue ball ends up behind the 12, he's going to create a problem for himself. Now he's probably going to opt to play the 1 up the far left-hand corner. I don't know.
Then the 12,
that may be an option.
Right.
That may be an option. I don't know how he feels about it.
I like that shot actually. This is easy. Just punch the cue ball a little. 2 cushions. He's following the cue ball. He's going to play the 12.
It looks like he's going to play the 12-1.
Right.
Use the 1 as the lead ball. Now he's changing his mind again. I don't know if he is or if he isn't. Yeah, it looks like he's going to use the 1 as the lead ball to the break, which isn't a bad ball.
Maybe punching it like.
Nope, he's punching it, and he's going to use.
He's got to hit this a little more. A little more.
No, he's in good shape.
Fine.
He's in good shape. He's going to use the 12 as obviously the lead ball, the 1 to the lead ball to the 12, and then stop on the 12.
1 ball.
For the.
He's
for the
just going to hold the cue ball here with a little low right English and pinch the cue ball. Cue ball is really only going to move over about 1.5 inches. He's going to hit this nice pocket speed, make that pocket even bigger than what it is.
And he's fallen on the correct side of the 12 as well. Now he'll just go up table a little bit. That will take the stretch away from the shot, the break shot, which is ideal. He'll be able to reposition the cue ball in an area on the table with a nice angle, and he won't even have to stretch for the shot.
Right.
Just like so.
I don't know if I think this is going to be a fun table to watch the finals on of this event, because everybody seems to be running quite a few balls on here.
Yeah, it's been a fun table to play on and also to do the commentary on for that very reason.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of long runs on this table, and everyone likes long runs.
Sure.
And currently, Dick Lane's on a run of 55 from the offset of this match. Not the offset of the match, but since he first came to the table off of a miss, a Souquet miss. Souquet opened up with the 29. Dick Lane's followed up with the 55, and he's still at the table. And
Chen is on a run of 22, leading the match. That would be 87-24 over Ingert. I can't quite get the score on the ladies' matches just yet. He's going to follow this out 2 cushions to the center of the table. What do you think about that?
He's got to put a good stroke on it. Keep that rotation on the cue ball here.
I don't think so.
56 and 50.
Boy, what
Once
a spread.
again, look how nicely they open up.
What was that?
That was the fluorescent bulb that almost came down and killed me.
There's a lawsuit.
I think it's
6 ball.
Wow. Hey.
Now that after I gather myself, I'll get back into the match. This could have been my last match, you know. I mean,
the voice of Accu-Stats goes down in a job-related incident.
What would Pat have done? Now, it's hard to find someone.
He would have had to close shop.
It's hard to find someone that would work for the wages that I get. I mean, really.
Right. He's got to open rack here again. I don't see any problems with the 7 being a break, and the 9 or 1 being a lead ball to the break.
61. 56.
61. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. 56. You see any problems here? I don't see anything.
Well, I don't see any problems here. The balls are open really nicely over the table. The 7 ball, a beautiful break ball. He's got the 1, the 9, the 14th position there for a lead ball to either the 1 or the 9. I mean, he's got to clear the 4, though. That's a bad ball there. I know I would get rid of that 4 ball quickly.
I don't see a problem being. He's going to shoot the 5. I think possibly.
The 4 ball, yeah, that's the only bad ball on the table, the 4 ball. And he's a perfect line to shoot it now, and he's got a lot of options after shooting the 4. Why not shoot it then?
He's going to shoot the 5-15 or the 15-5. Then the 12.
15 ball.
Take the 9 and 1, or the 14 before the 9 and 1. He's got to get on the 14 still. The 9 and 1 is going to be his lead ball to the 7 ball break.
64.
Which one he's chosen yet is up to him. He'll probably fall one of the balls on the side to to get position on the 14 with.
Yeah, and it'd be beautiful. It would be much nicer if the 12 was gone.
Right.
Shoot the 12, then the 1, then the 14, then the 9.
Right. And he might take care of that now.
Because the 12 ball is laying awkwardly on the table. It's really the type of a ball that you want to clear.
But if this shot was any kind of, if he only had a half a pocket or 3/4 a pocket, I don't think I'd be shooting this ball. And I don't think he would either. I think he's got a pretty full pocket. That's why he's going in and taking care of it. He shot it to the lower left-hand part of the pocket.
Now the pattern seems quite clear. It's going to be 114, stop on the 9, and there he is for the break on the 7.
Sure.
And if he's able to put down the next 3 balls and come up with a break shot, he'll then be on a run of 69.
A little further there.
67.
Yeah, he didn't get across table as far as he wanted to, but it's workable. But he's going to have to
he's just going to have to slow spin this ball a little. Put a little drag stroke on it.
He wants to make sure he stays beneath the 9 ball. He doesn't want to get on top of the 9 ball. Then he'll probably have to revise his plan somewhat.
I don't think he has any problem here if he gets the shade one way angle or the other. 7s land for such a good break shot that he's not going to get out of line enough to have any problems. Well,
68.
That wasn't the most pure stroke I've ever seen by Dick, but he's all right.
Looks like he's landed on the 50-yard line here. I mean, it's hard for him to control the cue ball without hitting the bottom cushion, and he doesn't want to hit the bottom cushion. No,
he's just going to put a little right English and shoot this ball, roll this ball in, I suspect. Take a hair more distance on the shot. He could go up table, though, because the 7's sit in such a good place. The 7's like an ideal break shot in my mind.
Okay, he's on a run of 69 balls. You have to like the way he's playing. He looks like he's playing really comfortably. And pocketing balls, I'm really impressed with his ability to pocket balls in this match. When he's been confronted with a difficult shot, he put it in the center of the pocket. So therefore, he's totally focused and prepared to play this match. And I really like the way he's playing.
And he's getting nice breaks, nice openings off the break shot too. And then when he does get his openings, it's sayonara. You know,
that's a testament in how well he breaks the balls because of his ability and his knowledge of what ball to hit and what stroke to use on the break. The break is such a crucial shot playing straight pool. I mean, if you know what ball to hit and what kind of a stroke to put on it, I mean, it's a big advantage. Dick Lane has all of those shots in his arsenal. He really has a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, I really don't think he likes this break shot as much as I would, but that's just my opinion. He's going to draw off the stack back to somewhere around the center of the table. He doesn't want to go forward on this break shot. Forward brings in a scratch possibility. He just needs to put a nice stroke on this ball and pocket the ball. See, I didn't like going forward there. He put a nice stroke on it, though. He didn't really even go forward. He hit more of a center English and came off the stack to the side rail. See anything right offhand you like to re-break the balls?
The 10 ball is really a bad ball out there. It certainly blocks a lot of what he can do if it wasn't there. But the problem is, how do you get to it?
Oh,
That's
the
the
10?
thing, you know.
Uh,
He may have to shoot the, well, I mean, he's not going to shoot the 13 now because he's gone up table too far. Now the 12 will hinder his bridging of that particular shot.
yeah, I don't. Well, he's always got the 9 to re-break the rack a little bit. I don't think he's got too many problems here. He might come up and take the 2 out of the way right now.
72.
And make sure he falls on the 1 correctly. The 10's blocking the 5. It's blocking a number of balls.
Yeah, he's going to end up with an angle on the 1 to go around the stack. And if he plays position for the 13, he's got to be very careful because speed becomes very crucial then.
Right.
After pocketing the 2, he'll shoot the 1. You know, have to hit the 1.
He doesn't want to hit this point here either, drawing back.
He'll just probably stop then. Well, he's going to
See,
hit
if
the
he
point.
hits the point, he blocks his angle to pocket a ball. I didn't understand any
I like stopping there.
Yeah, any improvement there, but maybe a 1.5 feet of distance.
Well, if the closer he got to the 1, the easier it would have been for him to control the cue ball in terms of coming up with the shot maybe on the 13 to open up the balls from behind.
See, a lot of times he could have got on the 9 a long time ago to come down below the 13 and open the rack, and that would have been pretty easy, I thought. And have the 10 and the 8 and the 1 as safety valves. I tell you what, he looks confident when he's shooting balls in the hole, though.
Now he's kind of flat on the 1. He doesn't really have the ability to do too much off the 1. So therefore, he would have liked a nicer angle on the 1, possibly to drop for the 13 in the same pocket. But I don't think he's ended up with that type of an angle.
Right.
And the 10's still there. You know, just
yeah. He
doesn't want
to wait around on opening these balls too much. I mean, in this scenario, because there's nothing really great about opening the balls. He could actually push the 10 a little here and have a shot either on the 10 or 13, be able to open the rack.
Very nicely executed shot. That particular shot played a lot more difficult than he made it appear.
Right.
He certainly controlled the cue ball very nicely in executing that shot, and ended up in an ideal position.
He's got to hit this with a nice draw stroke, and I've seen funny things happen here.
He's really handling the cue ball well.
He sure is. He's got it on the string, as you'd say, Billy. He's going to shoot the 10, come up and get the 3 out of the way. The 3's hampering him for the 5 and 15. That's what I would look at anyway.
I like for him to play position for the 3 in the lower left-hand corner.
Right.
You know, making sure that he doesn't get too high on it.
Right.
You know, it would be nice for him to attain a straight angle or even an angle that favors the bottom part of the 3 a little bit.
10 ball.
But he has to make sure he pockets the 10 because he's going to be using a little English here, I suspect.
I don't see him missing the 10. He's underhit this though.
No, he's fine. You know.
Right, but you want to be a
little more
3 inches off the cushion. You know.
Yeah.
3 more inches off the cushion.
Yeah, I agree, but he should be able to handle it. He's handled.
And he has that 4-ball break shot on the top of the rack if he elects to use that, and I think he would.
Now, with a high ball, it takes him into the 12. He doesn't want to do that, so he's going to have to elevate a little bit and try to
hit in between.
Yeah, he's going to have to try to control the cue ball in between the 12 and the side pocket.
Right.
He's going to have to do something a little unnatural here, and every time we do something a little unnatural, you know, funny things happen. Not that time. He's really playing well.
Sure. He doesn't have necessarily the perfect key ball in the side like you'd want, but he's got the 12, which he may take off the table now, but or he's got the 6 in the corner or the side for a key ball, or if he falls right, he could use the 5 or 15 for a key ball.
He's actually laying fairly awkward on any ball on the table right now. Therefore, if he shoots the 15, he's got to do a little manipulating with the cue ball. Nothing's natural about that shot. If he shoots the 12, nothing's natural about that shot. So he has to do some work
if
here.
He shoots the 15 and tries to avoid touching the 5, he could fall on 2 cushions and moving his 4-ball.
See, there's
I
nothing
didn't like
natural.
that shot. I didn't care for that shot. I thought that showed a little. I thought it showed that he was a little worried about missing the 15 if he tried to do something with the cue ball.
Well, he was hoping that he got a better angle off of that particular shot than the one that he ended up with.
But you've shot that shot a lot of times in the you get a lot of the same outcome, right, Billy?
This is a very dangerous shot. He's going forward. He's going to probably try to hit rail first here.
He has to. Hit it with speed. It's big pockets. You'll be fine.
That's a good shot.
Wow, what touch.
He really got great results considering the position that he was in. You know, he's really made an excellent shot.
Yeah, he has. And he just wants to get an angle on this. After shooting the 6, he wants to get an angle on the 12 to fall one cushion out for the break on the 4 ball.
And if he's able to put down the 6 and the 12 and come out with a shot for the break ball, he'll be on a run of 83 balls.
And it seems like no time at all. He's at 83 balls.
So therefore, he isn't that slow of a player after all, is he?
No, he's not. That's what I was stating before. He's got a bad rap, as you would say,
yes,
Billy.
He does, doesn't he? It's totally unfair.
And,
82.
Let's say he hit the professional side of the pocket.
Right. And he gave you viewers a little sweat out there, and us too.
And he's got himself a nice angle on the 12 to drop nicely for the break ball.
Sure.
Most importantly, he has to make sure that he stays down and he has to cut this ball enough to get the speed of the cue ball off that side cushion.
Yeah, and he's got this is the ideal break ball for him. He's going to hit the top of the rack and once again come to somewhere around the center of the table between the 2 side pockets and the spot. And I suspect he'll have quite a few balls open after this break too. I don't think there'll be a big cluster of balls. 2 breaks ago, he had this same break shot and opened the rack beautifully. It's perfect.
In the meantime, Minwei Chin is actually pulverizing Ingrid right now, 107 to 32. Every time I look over there, Chin's at the table, and he's at the table once again. But actually, he's sitting down waiting for the referee to rack the balls, and he's got a beautiful break ball.
Yeah, and it looks like Laurie John Jones is leading 58 to 39, but Miss Campos is at the table shooting.
Matter of fact, Chin's even as a larger lead. He's a run of 14, so he has 121 balls to Ingrid's 32.
Right.
Now Dick Lane addressing the 4 ball in preparation.
Just pocket
to open
the
that.
ball. That should have no problem. See how the ball's open nice. See how.
And once again, a testament to his ability to break open the balls by picking out the correct ball to go into.
Sure.
And he did it so effortlessly. He drew the cue ball, realizing if he hit that ball where the cue ball would end up, it ended up ideally in the
He's
center
got a
of the table.
little misfortune here. He only come away with really. He may have the 10. I don't know if it's available, but the 11 is really the only ball he's got a clean shot at. And shooting the 11, he's got to really watch for position here. There's not a guaranteed position. He could try and come 2 cushions, a little long like this, which the shot I like is this shot here.
I suspect that he's going to go into the 10 and 2 right here, because that seems to be the route I would choose. And if he doesn't go into one of those 2 balls, he's going to have a problem when nothing really goes.
Yeah, you're right. The key ball there, though, is a 3 to get the 3 open.
See, now he's opened up the rack quite a bit, and not only that, he has the ability to play position for that really bad ball in the 3 ball. You know, the 3 ball was blocking the pocket from just about everything up there.
Yeah.
So he really needs to get rid of that ball.
He's going to draw up in between the 9 and 13, having the 1 for a safety valve, and hopefully staying in that area for position on the 3. He really wants to get the 3 out as quick as possible.
And he doesn't want to move the 13 over by the 8. That's what he didn't want to do. Now he's created more of a problem for himself. He's lost the market on getting rid of the 3 as well. So therefore, that shot certainly wasn't.
Does the 7 pass the 13?
I believe it's got enough room.
Oh, okay. He's going to shoot the 1, play position on the 14. Oh, he came 2 cushions out. That was an interesting shot.
87.
Well, perhaps he didn't want to roll the ball, you know, because
well, what
strange
about
things
this
happen
here?
when you roll the ball.
He's no problems here, I think. What about shooting the 10, fall into the bottom cushion? Then you have the 14, and you can run your cue ball into the 13 and 7, however you like, and you have the 3 there to knock the 3 out.
Yeah, well, that'll
10
work
ball.
if.
And it looks
he
and
attains the
it
angle.
looks reasonably like easy, like it's not. I mean, it's
88.
no problem. He can do it this way. He can run the cue ball off the end cushion and probably come in 2 cushions underneath the 13 and 7.
And if the 7 passes at 13, all he needs to do is play position for the 3 and then work his way around the rack in that
But I
fashion.
wouldn't mind hitting the balls here, to be honest with you. That's just me, but
89.
you're seeing a technician at the table here. Yeah.
He's gotten himself in a rather awkward position. He wanted actually a little closer to that side rail. Now he's going to shoot over the 7, and that's going to actually limit what he can do with the cue ball.
He's trying to get on the 9 here.
90.
So he could fall on the 8 and then slide over for the 7. So
I think the 2 balls the ball he'll be shooting here because that's another thorn in his side, blocking the pocket for the 5 and 15.
I don't know. I thought he was trying to get on the 9 there. I didn't see the 2 being as much a problem, really. It's a problem, but maybe he was trying to shoot the 2, then the 9, and falling over.
Yeah, he wants to clear that pocket for the 5 and 15. I mean, that would be a good thing for him to do. That would be definitely being productive. And now he's going to shoot the 9. He must not like the angle that he has on a 2, figuring it might be a missable ball.
Right. Well, he's gone up table here.
He's going to play the 7.
He must have a pretty full pocket if he's gone all the way that almost to the head string.
Right, because he can't roll it. You know,
No,
he can't roll it.
Be a whole position. Yeah, he's got to, and he really can't even cinch it. He's actually got to shoot it a little bit with a little bit of a draw stroke, stopping his cue ball. Ooh.
92.
I tell you, now he's, I don't know what he's going to do here. He would like to shoot the 13, but what's he going to do with the cue ball?
Or the 12, actually. He'd like to shoot the 12 also.
Well,
But
he's ended up on the 50-yard line for both the 12 and the 13.
And the 8.
Oh,
and the 8.
Well, the 8's his break ball, looks like.
I don't think he's got many problems as far as a break ball. Almost every ball on the table is a break ball from here.
8 ball.
If he can maneuver around the rack correctly.
He's got some problems right here. That's what I see. If he shoots the 8, he's got some problems here. Unless I see it wrong, I don't know what he's going to do after he shoots the 8. Unless he can hit the 2. I don't know what he's going to do here.
Looks like he may be trying to draw into the 12, but that's a touchy shot. If he doesn't hit it, it goes back.
He's going to play the 13?
The 12's the break. He's going to play the 13 and the 2 in the side. And either using the 15 or the 12 as a break, I suspect.
Well,
13 ball.
I'm going to go to school here. It looks like he's coming across table there.
Oh, the 15 going the side?
Maybe. It looks like he's coming across table
But
here.
I tell you, if he doesn't get there, he could be in big trouble. Oh, he's hit it perfect. Oh, he's overhit it a little.
Well, he's going to have to play the 2 here.
Yeah. He's struggling through the rack.
Yeah, this rack has created a lot of problems for Dick. This rack, more so than any other rack that he's been in, has given him the most problems.
2 ball.
Yeah, and I just read his lips. He said trouble. That's what he said exactly. So he's not got peace of mind with this rack like he did the last few. That's for sure.
Nothing for certain. There's nothing clear here, and after this shot, things will clear up quite a bit.
Right. The 12's a break shot, and depending on how he comes across the 15, he could push to 5. I don't think it's going to move much. Okay.
Well,
okay.
now he's going to have to put a good stroke on this ball if he opts to draw. But I look for him to go 2 cushions with the center ball and play position for the 15.
Yeah.
And that corner pocket now becomes fairly large because the cue ball is going to come quite close to that corner pocket. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, and left-handed, you might not hit the top of the cue ball as much as you'd like. You need a lot of top English on this shot. Oh.
He made sure he got around, and he's overdone it. I think this time he's going to lose his marker for the break ball.
Yeah, he's ended his run here, I believe.
But even if he does end his run here, 97 balls is not too bad.
No, not at all.
15 ball.
But of course, let's not put the cart before the horse. He's still at the table. Let's find out. We can't. He's got some sort of a break ball here.
He might be able to go 2 cushions and catch the left-hand lower corner ball of the rack.
Looks like he's got a one rail right into the rack from the angle.
Yeah, but
I see.
I don't think he can get away from the rack with the cue ball going 1 rail. That's my personal opinion.
I don't think he's got a 2 cushion angle unless he hits it softly. And if he does that, he's not going to get much action. He's got to go 1 cushion.
All he'd like to have is 1 ball, 2 balls out here with any kind of shot.
In the meantime, Min-Wei Chin leading in this match 133 to 33 at the table.
And Ingert, just in case Chen does get in trouble, Ingert's on his first foul. He's in a world of hurt over there. And it's currently tied 58-58 between Lori John Jones and
Belinda
Campos. And here playing Allison Fisher leads 73 to 44 over Vivian Villarreal. Oh, he's shooting this shot left-handed too.
Which even makes it more difficult to execute.
Yeah, he's just trying to catch the 5 and get a possible shot. Wow, he actually hit that ball pretty well for being left-handed. I mean, that's. Whew.
Well, he ran 98 balls.
And he doesn't mind. I mean, he wanted to run out, but if it comes to this part of the game, that's fine by him.
Beautifully hit safety there by Mr. Lane after running 98 balls. And the applause you hear is a testament of how much they enjoyed watching him run 98 balls.
Sure.
Too short of 100, but nevertheless, still a good run.
And we'll see what the Keiser, what kind of maneuver he makes at the table here. I don't know if he can. You might see a kick in the back of the rack here, but I'm not sure what he has.
Well, I haven't seen this guy in a while.
He's going to shoot off the 13 and push him on the 4, or vice versa. Shoot off the 4 and push him on the 13. One of those 2 shots, yeah. Nice shot. He's immediately got Dick Lane in a little trouble. I think the only thing Dick may have, he's going to inspect the rack, and can he push off the 13 towards the side pocket over there to the left?
It looks like he can do that.
And that's really just about the only thing that's available, unless he does the same thing going off the 4, 1 cushion back over to where he's standing now. I was talking to Nick Bronner, and he said on all these tables, but especially this table, the way the balls are breaking open, that
safety.
If they started him with an open rack, he wouldn't mind starting behind 50 to nothing, 60 to nothing.
I don't know about that. Well, the applause you just heard in the background was for Min-Wei Chin. Just defeated Thomas Ingert.
So the 2 Germans have to play each other, Oliver and Ingert.
That's right.
And I'm sure they played a few straight pool matches before.
Yeah, I'm sure they have.
Yeah. Oh, is the 1 ball, is that available? And I'm sure it's not. I know Dick wouldn't have missed that, but is he looking at that? Is that a possibility?
No, quite frankly, I don't know what he's looking at. If he is looking at the 1, that's a blunder on Dick's part, but I don't think that's
possible, yeah.
That's what he's doing, because Dick is so meticulous and inspects everything when he's at the table, especially if he's going to leave the table. He doesn't want to leave his opponent anything.
Sure.
But the way Souquet's looking at it, I have my doubts now.
Right, I do too. Oh, it is? Ingert and Ray?
I think it's going to be Ortman and Ingert. That's what I got from the flow chart. I was just...
is he playing safe, or is he playing the 1?
Maybe the 13.
No, he can't be playing the 13.
He's
no
playing
chance.
safe.
Safety allowed.
Well, Scott Smith made it official, Ingert Reyes, and obviously...
It's Ingert Reyes.
It's going to be Ingert Reyes.
And I guess Oliver will play the loser of this match.
How are your eyes? Are you have good eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Because prior to this match beginning, I asked you who C1 was, and you said, well, that's Incardona.
I did.
And I put him in an ordnance slot.
Well, I just glanced at it, but I think that's what it was. I thought that's what it was. I guess he's got a little trouble here. I don't think he has a luxury of playing the 4. If he can thin the 13 and go up table and put him on the side cushion, I don't think that was a hit.
Was it a foul?
Safety allowed.
Oh, he did
Safety
hit it.
allowed.
I didn't
see anything move either.
No, and he may be able to soft spin this 5-ball, and it's a little bit touchy shot, but.
Now Souquet is questioning the call as well.
Yeah.
You know, he had his doubts whether or not he hit the 13 the same as we.
I certainly didn't see the 13 move, but from our perspective, it's hard to tell. And the referees have really done pretty good jobs here. I couldn't question them.
And you players back home have the ability to go back and take a look at it. I don't think we do right now, but you do. So if you're curious, as we are, go ahead back and take a look at it, and tell us later on what happened.
Yeah. And we'll get Ralph's address and send it with every copy sold, and you can confirm
Providing
it with
that he goes on to lose this match,
Right.
then you send it to him. But if he wins this match, it doesn't much matter.
I guess he's playing safe. He's going to shoot the 5 around the table and put him on the back of the rail. And looks pretty successful.
Safety allowed.
I don't know what he's going to benefit from it exactly. I mean, it seems like Dick would be able to find a safety from here pretty easily.
Safety.
You don't want to leave the 15 in the side for Ralph. I don't
Safety
think you want to
allowed.
leave that. Ralph's a straight shooter and very smooth at the table. If he gets a little bit of an idea that he can pocket that 15, I don't see him missing it if he shoots at it. Do you?
I don't know. You know, it seems like there's not much of a pocket for that 15, but if he shoots at it, he figures to make it. But of course, you know, considering the deficit he's confronted with there, that may, you know,
Right.
induce him somewhat to shoot at a lower percentage shot to start a run.
Right, but I don't think it's as lower. I mean, it's not a straight in, but I tend to believe
15 ball, side
on
pocket.
these tables, I don't think I would have left him that shot. That's just me. I mean, I would have tried not to leave him that shot. I'm sure Dick tried not to leave him that shot. But I think he'll make it and get started on a run. Yeah, I didn't see that being a tough shot.
Well, evidently, he's seen it the same way you did.
Right.
And he's back at the table with some sort of a shot to open up the balls.
Well, the 8, if you come across and open the balls, you got to be unlucky not to come away with a shot. But the 10, I would love the 10-11 to be open when I shot that shot.
Sometimes you don't have that luxury.
Oh, I understand that. I understand. But a lot of the players, here you have to go, especially being down. This is the type of shot when you are trailing a match. You can't worry about if you're going to come away with a shot.
I liked hitting the top part of the 2, and I'm sure when this is over, he's going to wish he would have. Maybe he does have the 4 or the 14 at the other corner.
But it's no hanger.
No. But in spite of that, I still think he's going to put it down because he's an excellent shot maker, and he needs this shot desperately, trailing by such a significant margin.
14 ball.
And considering where he is in the tournament is an indication that he hasn't faltered all that much.
No, he's had. I think he had the 126 and out in his first match, and it was pretty smooth too. I watched quite a bit of it, and he's had some 70 and 80, 90 ball runs.
Well, he's a pretty smooth player.
Sure. He's just got to worry about a few things here. The 11-10, really no problem. He's got a lot of balls that he can break those out with. He might be going into him now. I didn't like coming into him from underneath, though.
4.
Did you?
He's got some problems here.
Yeah, I
He's got some problems.
I did not like coming into the balls from underneath. I mean, it's unlucky not to come away with a
Right.
shot, but percentages are, you know,
He's got the 5 in the corner. That's about his only shot, Jeremy. It's the type of a shot that, you know, is
the 2. He's
difficult
got the
to
2 in
shoot.
the corner too.
5 ball.
I mean, the 5's an easier shot, but if you're just talking about available shots, he's made it.
Yeah, that was a much easier shot than anything else he had offered to him. He was close to the ball. It wasn't the type of a shot he wanted to get coming off that break, but nevertheless, you know, it was a shot. He handled it well once again.
Sure. And the Keiser is picking him up and laying him down.
The Keiser.
That's what they call him, the Keiser.
Pretty smooth character. He even has the appearance of being a smooth guy. Look at him.
He's letting his hair grow
Real
too.
clean-looking guy. Yeah.
He didn't shave his hair.
Impeccably dressed.
Yeah. Nice guy too. I mean, genuinely a nice guy.
Never shows much emotion when he's at the table.
Right.
You know, indication that he has everything under control.
Sure.
And when you have anything under control, you're supposed to be smooth.
Yeah, but there's different opinions about that theory. I'm not saying you're supposed to get out of line at the table, but I like to see a little fire in a player sometimes. You know, I enjoy.
There's flashy.
Not flashy, a little fire.
And they're smooth.
Well, there's
I like smooth when they play flashy.
But there's nothing wrong with getting pumped up though.
Oh, like Keith McCready.
No, but you see in other sports, they get the team. You know, they get pumped up, they get fired up.
Right.
8.
Tiger Woods, you couldn't call him flashy. You could call him the greatest player on the planet. But he gets pumped up.
13 ball.
I don't see too many problems here. He's got the 10 for a break. He's got the 1 for a break.
I look for him to shoot. Well, you know what I look for him to do in there? I look for him to shoot the 2-7-1-4-10.
That's what I thought too.
Now he's going to shoot the 1-4-7-2 now.
Right, which isn't a bad play.
No,
because the 7 is I didn't expect him. I thought the 4 went
in the corner.
In the corner,
and
I didn't expect him to go down table with that.
Right, and I thought that he used poor judgment in selecting the side for the 4. Now he's off angle on the 4, and he's going to have to go away from the 7 now, and that's something he didn't want to do.
And really threatened maybe touching the 10 with the cue ball after shooting the 4.
I don't think he's going to do that.
I don't think, but if he hit it a little to the left part of the pocket, I think it's a possibility.
He's going underneath as he's going to have to do something extra here and shooting the 4 on the side, so he don't bother that 10.
Yeah, I like this. I like this. Shoot the 7. It's a fairly easy shot.
Yeah, but I was surprised equally as much as you were that he didn't shoot the 4 or play position for the 4 in the lower right-hand corner.
Right.
Seems like that shot was
the corner gives you
much
so
more
much
available.
room for error too. And I've never been a side pocket fan playing any game, to be honest with you.
Well, straight pool players shoot a lot more balls in the side than the 9-ball players.
Right.
But I think at that time it was a little too much. You
Sure.
know, I think he overdid it there.
Sure.
But he's ended up in a reasonable line on the 4 to drop nicely for the 10.
Yeah, he has. And he's right-handed, and he has no problem reaching it.
13.
Might have overhit it just a smudge. Yeah, he's fine.
Mr. Souquet on a run of 13.
But don't you find that the European players and the Asian players, not necessarily the Filipino players, but the European and Asians, when they play 9-ball, don't you find that they shoot the balls in the side pockets a little more than maybe the Americans do?
Well, frankly, I haven't really had the opportunity to watch the European players all that much. But if you say that, you know, you're probably right. We're going to change tape. We'll be right back.
I think Ralph's going to. I'm surprised to see him drawing this ball, unless he's going to draw up to the center of the table. I thought he might follow 2 rails. But he's come away with a nice break. I've seen other tables when they shoot that break shot with draw English, not the pack not quite open as well, you know, and the balls stay together quite a bit more. But this table seems like the balls are opening well. And Ralph's getting started on another run.
He's taking a look at now the 15. He's going to shoot. I think he's going to shoot the 12 here. Invariably shoot the 12, and either play position for the 15. I look from the play position for the 15 actually.
And go up in between the 1 and 6 to open the rack. You don't want to really run into too much of the 6. You could get stuck down below. I think you want to go up into the 1.
He's got a steeper angle than I think he wanted.
I've seen crazy things happen in this spot. I saw a shot kind of like this where the man, he ran across, see where the 1, he ran across the 1, 13, 11, and then scratched off the 3. Yeah, it's incredible. Ooh.
Wow.
17.
Hit it a little
Right,
roughly.
he's open everything. As soon as he shoots the 6, everything goes.
Everything goes is right. But the problem
I think
is,
he wants to take a couple of them off in the side, though. He doesn't want to have to shoot all in the corners.
I think he should be. I think he should try to do something with that 5 and 9.
The combination is pretty easy. I think he might fall down to shoot the combination after the 6. If possible, the combination's a hanger, Billy.
6 ball.
Well, if it is a hanger, then I would shoot it now.
18.
He's going to shoot the 14.
I couldn't believe he didn't fall down for it, but
You know, if it's a hanger, I'd shoot it as soon as I could.
14
While there's
ball.
other balls on the table.
he's going to probably go up, get the 11 and the 4 out of the way.
19.
I thought he could have possibly taken off a couple balls in the side pocket while he was down there.
Maybe the 7's dead. It's possible the 7's dead.
Still, though, you don't want those balls moving. Now, if he had taken the 13 and had the 1-7, that'd be fine. Right? But the 13 could get you in trouble. Was he looking at the 3 for his break? He's going to shoot the 2? I don't like that shot.
I don't know what he's doing. I guess he doesn't
With
feel...
the 9-5 on the low rail, I don't like shooting the 2 in this spot. I like shooting the 2 where I can stop and peel some balls off. The 1 may end up coming down to the 9. Ooh, it almost hit the 9. Could have got him in some trouble there, Billy. It worked out just pretty much about as good as you could ask. What do you think? It's time to take care of that 9 and the 5?
I don't know. I'd feel a little bit uncomfortable if I were he with that 9 and 5 laying the way it is now.
4 ball.
But obviously he must have some sort of a plan.
Yeah, he's going to shoot the 11, probably coming down
Because he
for
is,
the 1 or the 3 to get on the 9 and 5.
11 ball.
Because he is really a man with a plan.
22.
Well, he's falling a little awkward on both of them, I think. I think the 1's pretty easy, but the 3 he really can't shoot.
He should have probably played position for the combination off of the 1 here.
Yeah, the 1 for sure.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do. It looks like he's shooting the 3. I don't know what he's doing if he shoots the 3. He wouldn't be. He's looking. I'd play the combination next.
He's
if
getting
it
on
is.
the 3. I don't like that. I like going down for the combination.
Well,
Oh, he is getting on.
Well,
Wow, he shot that with inside English.
23.
I would have just shot it with a top English cue ball.
And now he's going to play the combination.
And I would have liked to have gotten a little closer to the combination, though. Me and my,
I would have liked for the combination not even to have been there.
me and my late age at 28.
Yeah.
5 ball.
He's going to have to play for position for another ball other than the 9 here.
No, not really. He's going to hit this soft. The 9 ain't really going to go anywhere.
Okay.
24.
And pardon my English using ain't, but you know, being from Texas, it's part of our vocabulary every now and again.
Okay. It ain't proper, I understand. Here we go. Shooting for the
I
7.
don't want to end up short on this ball. That's a
25.
key ball not to end up too short on. Because even if you end up straight, you can draw the cue ball 1 rail, but short, I think it brings into play getting out of line on the 3 and possibly missing the 7. I mean,
Yeah, I definitely agree. If you end up long, you can swing 2 cushions.
sure, that's no problem. Or if you fall on a 1 rail angle, you're all right.
Now, I'd go with a follow, a high
He's going
ball.
to draw past the side, I think, and that's going to bring him
Well,
more with a. That's going to
leave
bring
him
him with a
flat.
steeper angle
Yeah,
on the 3.
No, it's going to leave him flat. I go with a high ball here. That's it. Now he's going to, speed becomes very crucial. It looks like this is workable, though.
26.
Yeah, he shouldn't have any problem. Huh?
No, he shouldn't have any problem. But, you know, you want to have more of a natural shot there. You don't want to have to rely on that. But he's done well. He's
27.
overhit this a little. This isn't exactly perfect, but
Mr. Souquet in a run of 27 will play the 13
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit, but this is workable.
sure.
Score
And,
standings, Mr. Lane 98, Mr. Souquet
Allison Fisher
56.
leads 83-42 against Vivian Villarreal, and Allison is at the table.
In a little closer match when the other women's matches, Campos at the table, trailing Lori John Jones 63-72.
Yes, and I've known Belinda for a number of years, probably not quite as long as you, Billy, but you know, she's an avid straight pool player. She really enjoys the game. She's a thinker at the table, and she's another player that maybe doesn't have quite as much natural talent as some of the other ladies, but really a good thinker at the table, and it's gotten her through a lot of matches, and she's won a lot of titles because of that.
Yeah. Okay, Souquet addressing the table now in preparation to opening up the balls off to the 13. It's not
The lucky number 13.
an ideal angle, but I think it's workable. He'll draw it back. No,
Yeah.
he forced it to the side, and I don't know if he's come up with a shot.
28.
I don't see anything right offhand. He's got the 5 in the corner. The 3 covers the 5 on the side, I think. Rail first on 11 is no good. It's too high. He may have the 10, but it's close. I think the only ball he came away with was the 5. And you can obviously tell a little bit of the knowledge Dick Lane has about breaking the balls over some of his opponents. And not to take anything away from Ralph, he's a great player, but Dick was getting much better spreads on the balls and easier shots.
Yeah, he certainly was. The result after
Good
the
shot.
break
29.
Good shot.
was a much better situation for Dick than
Right.
it's been for Ralph. So therefore, that's an indication that Dick, for some reason, knows a little bit more about opening up the balls.
Sure.
And it's such a crucial part of straight pool.
Sure.
And I like to mention this once again, Pat Fleming. He has a tape on the market. What's the name of your tape, Pat? The Creative Edge? I'm sorry, I didn't remember that, Pat. But that's exactly what it does give you, a creative edge. And it tells you how to go into balls, what balls to hit, and so on. So pick up that tape if you happen to know where to get it. And I'm sure Pat will tell me soon.
He's yeah, if he's falling good on the 9 or the 1, I like go ahead and taking one of those balls off. It's just for some reason or another those balls seem to get you in trouble.
9 ball.
If you're interested in that tape, all you need to do is call up Pat 1-800-828-0397. And if you do call him up, mention to him that I suggested that you do that because I get a little commission.
And Mr. Souquet has missed a 9 in the side.
Yeah, it's
A very unexpected miss, and
You guys want to take 5 whenever you want.
could be very costly.
Okay.
I think Souquet may have opted to take a break. I'm not sure whether he did or he didn't. But,
Well, I think he's going to have. I think Dick Lane is going to make that break very available from here on out. An open rack and such a good technician at the table. He only needs 52 balls.
well, the applause you just heard possibly in the background was for Allison Fisher. Just defeated Vivian Villarreal.
You know, and I'm realizing one thing I'd like to say. I'm really enjoying the straight pool, and I hope I get a chance to play again in an event like this. But I would like to see in a 32-player field like this is maybe a little longer session, because this is really not that long a session. A few mistakes and it's over with.
Well, either a little longer session or maybe smaller pockets.
Smaller pockets, yeah, tougher equipment. But people want to see people run balls, and
Yeah.
what's wrong with maybe having a couple 200 runs? You know, on pockets this size, if you make it 200, would make a lot greater difference in some of these matches.
There's a compromise to that as well. How about 150 for the preliminary rounds, and in the final 8, you go to 200.
Sure.
You know, something like that,
Yeah,
you know?
there's ideas about all that kind of stuff.
7 ball.
Yeah, he's going to shoot the 7, and He's probably going to open all the balls here. The 12's going to hit the 4, coming off the 14, possibly hitting the 8. And then he's going to strike this with a little speed, not too much, but a little speed. Ooh, that could have been unfortunate there. He's okay because he's got the 9. The 9, he's got to spin the cue ball quite a bit.
He may have the 11. He's taking a look at it now. Yeah, I think he has the 11.
He was a little worried there for a second. He looked at every ball on the table and he's shooting the 15. Wow. Now this is the type of ball that I'd try to overcut to the left part of the pocket a little, because the ball has a tendency to skid.
And it's hard to overcut. You know,
right.
He was afraid of doing exactly what he did by going into the 2, but he didn't want to sacrifice the accuracy of the shot to avoid contacting the 2. Very intelligent way of thinking.
And he's got, I don't think he's, you're referring to his break ball.
Well,
for the 2.
Well, that was a possible break ball. He really didn't want to hit it. But
he can go 1 rail into the 12 here, with the 2 and 9 hanging. He can go 1 rail into the 12, kick the 12 up. He's got a lot of possibilities for a break ball. He doesn't really have to manufacture a break ball. The 8 and the 4 are possible break balls.
Yeah, I kind of like the 4 as a break ball.
Right, and he's got even. You know, just as a little small idea, even though I wouldn't want to have to shoot that, the 9 is a break ball. I mean, there's all kinds of break balls there. The 2 is a break ball. Rimpey shot the 2 as a break ball. See where the 2 lays? He laid with a steeper angle and shot the 2 as a break ball earlier in the match and broke the balls nice, coming 1 cushion off the side cushion directly into the rack.
Yeah, that break ball plays nicely if it's positioned right.
Right. Of course, he had a nice lead ball to that break ball, too. So
I'm not quite sure if he's happy with the results of his last shot in terms of the position he's gotten on the 14 here.
Although it might not be too bad. If he can cheat the pocket a hair, shoot the 12, come up, push the 4 into a break position, he could have done that.
8.
That was just an idea. If he would have wanted to draw back, get off the cushion a hair, shoot the 12, did you like that idea at all? And have the 2 laying there right in front?
I don't know. I'm not going to argue with...
Oh, he's under-hit this a little.
9.
I'm not going to argue with his method of playing. You know,
no, he doesn't want to move the ball.
I'm certainly sure I wouldn't win that argument. He's been quite successful, not only in this tournament, but in most other tournaments he's entered, particularly when it's straight pool.
Sure.
So therefore, you know, I'm going to allow him to go ahead and take control and go along with him.
Oh, he might have under-hit this.
And I think that he has under-hit it somewhat, unless
he might be able to just throw the ball in, rolling forward, and take his break shot.
He's going to have to hit it very softly. He may lose his market here because that corner of the rack, he'll bypass that very quickly if he doesn't hit it with the right speed.
I don't think he'll have any problem here. Just touch of right English, throw the ball in.
And he noticed he played the outside of the pocket, which
made it a more full shot.
Right, which in turn slows up the cue ball. Sure. So therefore, he's done a pretty good job in ending up with the break shot that he's ended up with. So in that regard, it looks like he's done a good job. And he does lead in the match by the score of what was just announced.
109.
109
to 59.
59.
And Belinda Campos has a nice break on the 15.
And that's a real close match over there.
Yeah. Oh, she missed it.
Real close match. It was 72 to 63 in favor of Laurie Jones. At least the scoreboard has it that way. But and he's going to change the score now.
And this round is all winner side matches, so all these players will have another opportunity to play.
It looks like he's changing the score now, Jeremy. It's 72 for Jones, and it looks like it's going to be 76 for Campos. So Campos has taken the lead in that match.
And missed the break shot.
In a race to a 100. So that's a very close match. And back to our match with Dick Lane.
Yeah, you got a nice angle on your monitor on this break shot to see exactly how the cue ball runs up the side of the rack.
This is a strange angle. He's going to go into the 10 ball here, and I don't know what's going to happen. Let's take a look at the cue ball.
Oh.
Well, that was really unexpected. Lane's been playing really well. I didn't expect him to miss that shot. He's totally familiar with that type of an angle, and I was surprised to see him miss it. But, you know, that gives our Souquet an opportunity at the table, and he definitely, desperately needed one.
He sure did. I didn't foresee that at all. I was just trying to see what kind of shot he would come away with off the break. Wow.
Well, Souquet has an opportunity back at the table now, a very nice opportunity. The balls are spread nicely for him.
Sure.
And he really needs to do something because he trails in this match by over 50 balls, and he's got to do something to get back into the match.
I didn't necessarily like that as much. I thought he might have taken the 4 out of play real quick. The 10 could have possibly been a break ball for the rack.
2.
I wouldn't hesitate too long on breaking these balls open down here, would you, Billy?
Well, he doesn't have much to work with right now.
No, but I think he could have if he...
He might even end up using the 6 to break him with a little bit, since the 4's position near the
covering a scratch.
Well, it's a ball to get out of trouble with after opening the balls up if you don't have anything else.
Right.
But obviously that's not available any longer.
Well, it's also he's not worried about it too much. He's taking away a few of these balls and going from there. I might think about shooting the 8 here and getting over here on the 4 and starting to worry about these balls. A lot of times you don't like to leave balls down at the other end of the table, but the 9's right in front of the pocket if you were to get out of position. And
yeah, he doesn't like the angle that he's offered with the 8, so therefore he's opting to shoot the 12 and possibly the 9 next, huh?
I think
Nope, he's going for the 4.
Yeah, I didn't like that because now he could fall in an angle where he would have a combination on the 8, 9, and that's no good.
Yeah, where he would need the 9, and now he's not going to have it because of the 8. Watch out.
This ball...
he didn't shoot the 9 for maybe that reason.
But that's why I thought he'd take the 8 out of play. That way, if he came off the rack kind of funny, the 9 would be open.
I think he's been guilty of waiting a little too long to get to the to the crux of the problem.
The 7 ball might have gotten wired in the lower left-hand corner. This looks makeable and throwable in anyway, if you can get to it.
Side pocket.
Is he going into the rack here? He can't be going into the rack.
Yeah, it seems like he is. That's his stroke is indicating to me that he's going toward the rack.
Scratch.
Watch out.
Wow.
Watch out.
Scratch on that one.
Yeah, pretty risky shot.
Yeah.
And he should feel fairly fortunate that he's gotten away with what he's gotten away with.
Yeah, he hadn't. I'm not the straight pool player Ralf Souquet is, I'm sure, but and I'm definitely not in the event any longer. But I think I would have played this rack a little different.
But in his defense, he really didn't have much to work with in terms of opening up the balls.
But I think the first shot initially, opening the 4 and opening the 5-1 up, doing some things like that would have created an easier route to run the rack.
Right. But all I was doing was referring to the 8 and the side to open up the balls. He was running out of opportunities to open up the balls, so therefore maybe it was time for him to do it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, yeah. He needs to...
5 ball.
And if you remember in the match against Earl Strickland, Ralf Souquet, that is, he ran 126 and out.
Yeah, that was his first match, yeah.
So therefore, he does have that
he needs to find a break shot here
to come from behind. There's no question about that.
You think he's going to use the 14 as a break? Or he could shoot the 14 and go up into the 7-2 here, possibly pushing the 7 out. I don't think it's going to happen. See, the 7's too low. I didn't think that ball was going to go out. It looked like it was going to hit too low.
And also the 1 looks too low as well. So therefore,
absolutely.
Once again, he's gotten himself into a tough proposition in terms of coming up with a break ball for the next rack.
Yeah, and it's time to take care of the 9, get the 9 out of the way. I mean, you got to figure out a break ball. He's got a lot of problems here. I don't know if the 13 is available to break the rack with. But a lead ball to that isn't exactly ideal.
He may try to go across table and knock the 11 over now.
Yeah.
Hit the high part of the 11. He'll have the 2 if he misses it. He tried to hit the 11 over. Obviously, didn't really succeed in what he wanted to do, but he still has a shot, but no break ball.
All right. This isn't where you want to run some balls here. I mean, he's behind still by 40 or 50 balls, and you want to make, if Dick does get another opportunity at the table, you want to sit him down in his chair for a little while. You don't want to give him a little breath of fresh air after Dick missing that break shot.
You know, he's going to have to commit himself to what he needs to do or what he's going to do on this shot here. And I wouldn't rule out the possibility of him shooting the 13 as a break ball. You know, and that's not the type of a break ball that we would want to shoot.
Right.
But quite frankly, what else is available out there?
Sure.
I don't, you know.
Sure.
And if he opts to shoot the 13 as the break ball, he better come up with some sort of a pattern to get to it.
If I had used a 13, I think the 2 would have been my key ball to get to the 13, which he's already taken off the table.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that, you know, this next shot is crucial. He should have some sort of understanding what he needs to do.
Right.
If he's going to use the 13, the 2 ball was a much better lead ball to the 13.
I mean, he's a great player and great cue ball control. If he was to get on the 11 with a little bit of an angle, I'm sure he could fall on the correct position on the table to get on the 13 for a break. He's trying to get it here. He may end up with nothing.
Well, by running into the 11, I think he's lost his market now on any break ball, because he's going to have his hands full on pocketing the 11, providing that the 13 blocks the pocket, that is. It's pretty close.
I didn't understand that. It was if he was moving the 13 for a break ball, and I guess he expected to hit one side of it and get a shot on the 13. Do you think that was the plan?
Well, I thought that shooting the shot in the fashion that he did, he wasn't comfortable with the 13 in the side, and he wanted to do something differently. Not that he needed to.
Yeah, but only having one
I understand what you're
ball,
saying, you know, but evidently that's definitely an indication that he wasn't comfortable with the 13 in the side. And now he's forced to shoot it now.
Yeah.
And not a bad angle, you know. He's got a pretty good angle.
No, I think that's too thin. If you hit the side of that rack, you can drop off in that corner pocket.
We'll play the 13 ball.
He would have liked to have
been more full on the ball.
Yeah, a little more full.
You want to hit the top 2 balls when you're coming from the center of the table. That guarantees you no scratch in the corner pocket.
You would like to, yes.
Yeah.
You would like to, but
once again, when you don't have it available. And he's on a run of 14. Ralf Souquet is trailing the match 73 to 109.
Mr. Lane, 109.
But he only trails by 36 balls now, so therefore he isn't really facing the deep deficit, deficit that he did prior to coming to the table.
I'm not concerned with him running the balls. I'm concerned with him making a mistake and never getting to the table again.
Yeah, this is definitely a very important shot in this match. He's inspecting the rack right now to see if everything is frozen, because if he opts to shoot the 13 in the side, and if he hits the ball he intends to hit, he wants to make sure that the ball's up.
No, he's hitting in the corner, shooting in the corner.
Oh,
he
should have played a safety after this shot.
Yeah, he's going to shoot off the 7. I suspected he was, or the 9, or the 2 safety balls from that side of the rack.
Yeah, so I think he used fine judgment in not going for the break ball 13 in the side.
I think he did too. I think he knows that all he has to do is beat his opponent to the shot in the safety war, and he's just as much a favorite as Lane, who's leading the match 109 to 74 or so on. What a fine hit there.
I do believe he brushed it ever so lightly, did he?
He did, yeah.
I don't have real good eyes, but I thought I saw something strange out there, and it looked like he brushed it.
And
safety allowed.
Yeah, Dick's going to brush this and go up on the end cushion. It's important. Well, that wasn't the best brush in the world.
And that's going to cost him. Maybe. Oh, yes, it is. It's going to cost him. Souquet's going to step back to the table with the luxury of placing ball in hand behind the head string, and he does have a nice ball in the 7 ball to kind of open up some balls there.
He's taking a 5-minute timeout.
Okay, he's taking a 5-minute timeout, and we'll take one as well. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, we're back. As you notice, Souquet is at the table after Lane scratched on his safety in the upper right-hand corner, and they took a timeout, and we took one as well. But we're back now, and Souquet's back in action.
Yeah, and he's going to break the rack and try and have at least the 11 ball for the side.
At least the 11 ball.
Well,
Excuse me.
I didn't anticipate you know,
all that action taking place. Huh?
exactly, and maybe him hitting the shot quite that firm.
He hit it like he was
Very
ahead
confident.
104 to 73.
He went and had a little discussion with himself in the restroom,
Yeah.
taking his time, and
Like Grady says, you know, I think it's time for him to take a break, maybe go to the bathroom and give a good talking to himself, find out who he is.
Ball.
sure. And he may run the 15 into the 10. We have this cute waitress giving us a drink here.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
5 ball. 3.
I thought that was kind of a dangerous shot.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, it
Not
wasn't really
necessarily,
much.
but it would have been unfortunate not to come away with a shot.
Yeah.
But he could have had a difficult shot after that.
And now he's in real good line to knock the 3 out. He does have a break ball with the 6, and now he'll have another one with the 3 when this shot's over.
Yeah, and just all it does, it's not that it's definitely necessary to push the 3.
But it gives him options.
But it gives him
Yeah.
options, exactly.
It's always good to have options. If you went through life with more options than the next person, you would do better.
Sure. I like that theory. If I had the option to go to Hawaii or the Bahamas, you know, every weekend, that'd be nice. If I felt like a 2-hour flight from Houston, I'd go to the Bahamas. If I felt like a 7-hour flight, I'd go to Hawaii. We have some players getting ready to play some matches coming up, and I believe Efren Reyes is going to be warming up for his opponent, Thomas Ingert from Germany.
Table number 5, the referee's brushing down the table now. Rolando Avina, is this his name?
I believe so, yeah. He's going to shoot the 9 ball. And just I think it maybe go up table and possibly take the 11 off the table. Well, maybe not. I didn't necessarily. I thought he would leave the 6 for the break. I guess he's going to go ahead and shoot the 11 now. I thought he would go a little further up table and get a little closer to the 11 ball.
I think the last 3 balls are going to, if the 4 passes, I think the last 3 balls are going to be the 3, 4, and 6. He's going to probably shoot maybe 8, 1, 3, 4, 6.
Well, yeah, but he's
Nope,
he's leaving a little more distance. And what that does is when you get a little out of line, it's harder to get back in line when you have distance from the cue ball to the object ball.
Maybe the 3 was just a little bit too low to shoot the 8, 1, 3, 4, 6. Now he's opting to go another route.
Yeah, he's. I suspect the 4 will be the key ball to the 6.
1 ball.
But then again, he's going to be stretched. He's going to have to draw the cue ball. Oh, he's going to shoot the 8 after. Okay.
He's going to have to stretch shooting the 8. I look for him
He's going to shoot the 4, yeah.
Yeah, if he didn't have to stretch, he may opt to shoot the 8, but not by stretching. He needs to control the cue ball nicely to come up with a good shot on the lead ball, and he can't do that shooting the 8 with the stretch.
I think he's going to have to go 1 rail over. I don't like drawing this cue ball. It's going to leave distance on the 8. And
he don't like that.
He's got himself in a
Yeah,
peculiar
right.
position here.
Right.
He's going to have to go 1 rail over and get himself. Well, I don't see drawing the cue ball in this position. I don't like as much. Means he's going to have to finesse the 8 from a greater distance, and he doesn't. This is where you can't have much quiver in your stroke, Billy.
Yeah, speed is very crucial here, and with the angle that he's left himself, he may either underhit it or overhit it.
And, well,
it's a more difficult shot to judge the speed of.
Is the worst thing you can do.
See, now he even had to use the second cushion, so
sure.
It really didn't lay natural.
It's nice to have that confidence available, though, using the second cushion like that and being a good 9-ball player and knowing that you're going to come 2 cushions to the center of the table.
Yeah, definitely. The more shots you have in your arsenal, the better off you are.
And I was talking with Mike Siegel last night, and And his pick for the event starting at the beginning of this day on the men's side was Efren Reyes. And he felt very confident about that by some of the maneuvers he made.
Yes, he did, which leads me to believe that he may know a little bit something about the game.
And he told me that that he thinks Efren just does have the magic touch when it comes to playing pool. It's just any kind of pocket billiards. He just finds his way on how to win.
Yeah, he likes the way Efren plays. And since Efren's the player that put him out of the tournament, he's going to have to favor him a little bit. I think that's more of an ego kind of a thing with him.
Could be.
Yeah, Efren's going to beat everybody. He beat me, didn't he?
Right. It could be. And but, you know, at the beginning of the event, you could probably pick out at least 6 or 7 established straight pool players that you would say would be a favorite to play Efren, especially on pockets like this, because
15.
they're going to pocket balls almost as well as Efren.
Well, he's
going to shoot the 3 here.
Yeah, he really didn't get the results that he wanted to get. He wanted to be a little better shot on a ball than what he has. The 3's not that difficult, but it's missable.
No, it's not that as much. He wants to take care of a few of them balls before he re-breaks the rack. You'll see where the 14, 15, and 12 are. If he was to re-break the rack immediately, he could get in a lot of trouble with some congestion.
If you notice the 3 ball he just shot, he missed a ball like that to stop his inning.
A little while ago.
Yeah, to leave
the 9. Yeah.
To allow the lane back at the table. Yeah.
He's going to shoot this ball on the side and come one cushion, probably back to the center of the table, somewhere around the center of the table, and possibly get on a 2-ball break, which, like I said, a lot of things could happen funny here.
17.
It'd be unfortunate to come away without a shot, but it could happen for sure.
Yeah, it could. If he hits the top side of the 1, I don't think he'll have a problem.
Right.
He'll stay on top of the rack like that, then he should have the shot.
Yeah. But now he's got a lot more congestion down there.
Yeah, well.
And he's got the 9, 10 to worry about it. Of course, the 11's available for that, but it's a little tricky.
Well, he's got the 7, 12, 15 combination.
3-ball combination. Yeah.
12 and 15 are laying closely enough to one another to make that combination play a little easier.
He's got to go southpaw here.
11 ball.
He may even hit the side of the 9 and hit the 10 out too.
Yeah, he's just going to pinch draw this and have the 13 available.
Well, he didn't.
19.
I thought he was going to try to control the 10, which he didn't try to do. I'd take a look at playing that combination. I'd take a look at it now. You know, because once that combination, once those balls are removed,
it's a pretty full combination, though. It almost seems like the 7 could stay in that area and possibly tie up with the 14.
Ball.
Looks like the 12 will get out of there. But,
he's positioned the cue ball ideally because now he'll be able to go up the table a little bit. Yeah, and he won't have to worry about getting stuck down there.
Right.
So I think
he may even follow into the 14 a touch.
Yeah, he's going to follow it.
He doesn't want to come straight up because if he catches the 5.
You don't want to hit the 5 here.
Right, yeah, you want to follow up into the 14. Oh, nice shot.
22.
And he's got
the 9 for a break ball, and he's also got a 12 for a nice lead ball for the 9-ball break ball if he chooses to use the 9-ball.
Yeah.
But evidently he's not using the 9.
No, I think he's got to shoot the 9 now, and there's nothing really wrong with the 4 and the 1 for a break. I mean, using those 2 balls for your lead ball and your break ball. The 1 can be used a couple of different ways. It can be used for the side pocket if he falls straight on the 4. 24. And it can be used for the corner pocket if he falls with an angle. And I think he wants to, if he remembers right, a couple of times this match when they broke the balls from the bottom part of the rack, they've left themselves tough shots, both players, and not necessarily a shot. Dick Lane ended his run with a miss with the break ball off the bottom of the rack.
5 ball. 26.
Yeah, this he's starting to look a little more comfortable. He's not quite as red in the face as he was when he first got up to the table after that run by Dick.
Well, I think he's got almost 100 balls now, and I believe Lane has somewhere around 107 or 109.
Right.
So therefore, the match is pretty snug.
Like right here, he's falling a little straight on this ball. So
He
now
certainly
he
has.
has to elect probably shooting a side pocket break, in my opinion. I don't want to. If he tries to pump this ball in and come off the rail, it makes it where he may miss the 4 and he may not obtain an angle.
28.
He's fine. He had a little more angle than I thought.
Mr. Souquet on a run of 28 will play the 1 ball.
Well, Lane has 108 balls, and he's on a foul, which is very important, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Souquet, trailing by only 6 balls, has 102 balls at the table with a break ball. So therefore, Souquet definitely has the advantage in the match at this point.
Sure. Yeah, if he does get in trouble, the only way he can really make a crucial mistake is by a miss ball. Being that Lane is on 1 foul. Who do we have playing here? Lou and Belinda Campos.
Right. I believe Lou is the defending U.S. Open straight pull champion.
And defending world 9-pole champion.
And I've never seen her play.
She's a good player. She
must be.
She really composed at the table too. She's another Taiwanese player, and when she defeated Allison Fisher last year in the World Championships in a great match, 11-10. It was really a great match. We'll see what happens. He's going to come off the top of this. Oh.
Well, he didn't hit the top part of the stack. He hit the side of the top ball, and that didn't give him the results that he wanted to get off that break.
I think he has a 3 available. I think. I'm not positive.
And he's going to have to stretch to shoot it over the table. I do believe he'll be able to attain the right advantage in stretching to look at the ball, or to be able to see it like so.
Yeah.
3 ball.
Here, you got to watch hitting the 12 with your cue stick too. This is a touchy shot. I think that comes into play more on a side shot than it does shooting over a ball.
And he used right-hand English, and one of the reasons why he used right-hand English, because exactly what you said, he didn't want to foul the 12 ball with his cue stick. So by using right-hand English, the cue tip went away from the 12 ball, assuring him that he wouldn't foul the 12 ball. So he's done quite a fine job in that regard, and also pocketing the ball cleanly.
If the 9 passes the 4, I'd probably shoot the 5, get a little closer to the 8, try and take the 9 out and break with the 4. The break on the 4 looks like the best possible break shot. And if he can take the 9 out, he could elect to break with the 10. The 9's a key ball to get out of the way here. Don't you think, Billy?
Yeah, the 9's actually sitting in the path of where he wants to be to break him open with the 4.
Right. He could, if he fell nice on this, he could follow up and shoot the 9 in the top right-hand pocket and be sitting nice really for the 4.
And if he doesn't like that behind the rack break ball with the 4, it looks like he's got a dead ball, and he's going to shoot the 4 here.
Yeah, I don't understand that exactly, unless he's getting on the 12. I didn't quite understand that. Did you, Billy?
No, I don't know. I don't.
I guess he's taking the 4 off.
I would have shot the 9 because it's blocking the pocket for the 10.
I don't know if the 9 passed the 4 though.
Oh, really?
That was questionable. Yeah.
Okay.
It almost couldn't have, because he's going to shoot this. He's going to get the 9 out of the way. This is a draw. Oh, wow. Okay, he wants to get the 9 out of the way, leave the 8, and get on the 10 to break the balls. He wants to move the 9. It's almost like he's playing the rack to where he only needs 5 or 6, but he needs 40 something.
9 ball.
Okay, there you go. See? Perfect.
Almost brushed the 10.
A little brush there could have been dangerous.
Man, quite costly.
Yeah, and he's got a nice angle where he can just smooth stroke the 10, come into the 13, and I don't think I'd wait to shoot this. I think the 10's a pretty easy shot from there.
Yeah, I kind of agree with your way of thinking. You know,
once you're already there,
that's why I said a couple times in the match he's been guilty of waiting a little too long to open up the balls. Right now, I think it's the right time to open them up. Why not? You know.
Yeah, and I think he shot the 9 to get on the 10, and he got there. So what's the problem?
Well, hit that ball on the thin side.
Yeah,
it looked like he missed it when I first saw him hit it. when it left the point of contact.
And what's wrong with waiting on breaking the ball sometimes is it's harder to manufacture a break shot when you break the balls and don't come away with a break shot. That's the problem sometimes with breaking the balls.
Yeah, you don't want to take too many balls off the table because then you lose options.
14 ball.
Which, if he gets on the 12 in the side, he could brush the 13 over. I don't think he wants to wait too long and get on the 12 in the side.
Well, a good ball for a lead ball would then be the 7 in the corner. Then you could get on the 12 in the side.
Right, but
I
might try and fall into that angle a little quicker. All right, he's overhit this. He wanted to get on 13 in the corner and push the 12, which was a good idea too.
And if he doesn't like the 8, maybe he can shoot the 8 now and then hit the 13.
Yeah, but then you're falling on it, possibly getting laying against the 12 after hitting the 13. I don't see that happening. He's looking at possibly shooting 11 for a break shot, or the 8. The 8's not bad, but you don't really have a lead ball. You know, I mean, you could shoot the 7-11 last and then fall on the 8.
Ball.
Speaking of 7-11, I'm coming out your way here shortly in May to go to Las Vegas for a few weeks.
That's a BCA 9-ball championship.
Yeah, it's going to be a great event. And you're going to be commentating that on ESPN, huh?
Yeah, don't try to steal my job now, okay? You know what I'm saying? I'm watching you, don't worry.
He's left a long shot on the 15. Shouldn't be any problem, though.
15 ball.
And that's the route he's going. He's going to shoot the 15,
39.
I think the 7, and then the 11 and fall on the rail for the 8. It's a good plan, but it takes a little more execution, though.
And the 8's pretty low, you know. He's going to have to fall pretty good on the 8
He's going to
here.
have to fall on the side rail pretty good.
40.
And it looks like he's gotten a perfect angle where he can just roll the cue ball over to the rail. He doesn't have to punch or slide it.
Ball.
He can just hit the top of the cue ball and roll over to the rail. He's overhit it.
41.
He's overhit it.
No, I don't think so. The 8's so low that's going to be fine. But with this shot, what he's going to have to do is draw away from the rack. And I wouldn't be surprised, really, to see him draw off the rack and use that bottom cushion to come back off of. Because I've seen a lot of players back in the 80s and 70s shoot that shot in that fashion. And, you know, they don't get stuck at the bottom end of the table if they shoot it like that. They overstroke it, come off the side of the rack, and go down the table and back up again. I haven't seen too many players do it in this tournament.
Right.
Must be a reason why. Must be a reason why.
I don't have that. Didn't have that luxury to see those players back in the 70s and 80s, Billy. But I'll trust your train of thought.
Let's take a look.
I think he's overhit this shot personally.
Let's take a look at the way he executes this shot, okay?
Okay, but I think personally, I'm going to show you where I think he wanted to get with the cue ball, having a more natural angle, somewhere around in this area, where he could shoot the 8 and have a natural angle to go into these balls with nice speed.
Well, that's possible, but the 8's pretty low, you know.
Because he shook his head whenever he shot that shot. That's for sure.
Okay, let's take a look at this here now. Let's take a look at if he pockets the 8 in there, which he will. If he draws it off the stack, and if he comes in this area here, let's see if he would have hit it harder if he could have went down there and back up.
Oh, and I was speaking with Johnny Hervolino about the shot you're talking about earlier in the week, and he said that on certain angles that is definitely the shot because you can hit it, you can open the rack,
and you don't have to worry about getting stuck downtown.
You have 4.5 feet to bounce off the end cushion and come back up table.
Now let's take a look at
I don't think
action.
He's going to do that personally. I think he's going to try and. Oh, he might be. It looks like he might be loading it up.
Yeah, he tried to do that, but he hit too low on the rack.
Right. Right.
But that's just an indication
42.
of how low that 8 ball was.
Right.
See, he got a thick hit on that 8 ball, and he still hit the bottom ball.
Right.
Had he had more of an angle, he may have missed the entire rack.
Sure. But if he would have hit the bottom ball a little higher and drew up to the end rail, I think you would have seen a much better spread on the rack. I think it would have opened a lot better.
Well, he didn't.
Don't you?
Yeah, he
hit the bottom of it and not creating much force really.
And you saw the hesitation of the cue ball after contact. You know, want to go forward, but the backspin took it back. Had he hit the side of the rack, he would have gotten much better action, both with the cue ball and the balls.
Which really. he's got to decide what he's going to do here. He likes to roll the balls a lot, which is kind of funny. He might be shooting the 15 if the 15 pass. He's shooting the 2. He's going to draw back for the 15, I believe. I think.
That's difficult. That's very difficult.
Oh, he just, well.
That was very, he's got 43. The 15 and also the 6, I do believe.
That was a little dangerous, but you gotta take a chance every now and again. And Souquet's on a run of what would be 43 balls, leading the match. Let's see, 117, I believe, to 108. Is that correct?
Well, I know Dick's got 108.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. 117 and, to 108.
Yeah, that seems reasonably close.
And Thomas Engert is he started this match right where he left the other one. He's already down 32 to 0 against Reyes, and after really what I saw playing not his kind of match, his last match against 44. Chen. He didn't want to get off to too bad a start against Efren. Efren ran 140 in his last match against Robles.
Yeah, it seems like every match Reyes plays, his beats, his game is getting better and better.
Oh,
he just missed the shot as we speak. But that's what seems to be happening. Every match Reyes plays, the next match seems to get a little bit better.
And he's taking care of a lot of trouble here, Ralf Souquet is. He's moving the 1 to open the 10 and 5. So he may be able to re-break the rack from below. He's going to come up on the 7 or the 12. And there's no reason to leave the 12 there. It's out in the middle of the table downtown. You might as well go ahead and get it out. He's falling a little straight.
Yeah, that could be a little bit of a problem. You know,
he could follow to the end cushion and up. Of course, you know, it's not a shot you want to shoot, but it's not too tough a shot. Just put a nice stroke on it and come 2 rails like so, and try and fall straight on the 7.
47.
You get enough angle. He got too much angle there, possibly.
Well, I think that it's workable. He does have an angle, more of an angle than he wanted.
Well, if the 10 passes, it should be no problem. If the 10 passes, if he has to shoot the 5 from a steep angle, could be a problem. All right, he had no problem there. And he's going to shoot the 5 off, I would suspect.
If he doesn't have the right angle on the 10 now to open up the balls,
shoot the 5 and then obtain the angle on the 10.
He could reposition the cue ball by shooting the 5 off.
And I don't see how there's.
10 ball.
Oh, he's going to do it now. I don't know if it's. Nice shot, but I didn't see the balls really opening as much as he had thought. Not that he has to have them really open, but. Now he needs to take the 3 out of play.
Well,
what about the 9-14? Is it wired?
You know what I see? I see him shooting the 5 and possibly drawing into the 14, knocking out that 9 for a break ball and using that 3 for an insurance ball. Let's see if he does that.
I think he might hit 2 or 3 balls on this draw shot. He's going to let it out here. He's not going to get stuck up.
He just wanted to hit that 9 out for the break there.
Right.
Now he's starting to play some pretty smart pull here. Yeah, he's starting to be a little more.
He wants to shoot the 11 and then take the 3 out of the game, and he's got no problems from there. I don't see, Billy, do you? He can shoot the 11, the 3, the 4, the 13, the 14, and then the 9. He can go with the 4 as his key ball. He's got a lot of options.
The 4 is going to be his key ball. He
Not
should
necessarily.
Shoot, he should shoot 3, 13, 14, 4.
I would say that too, but he doesn't. I see a lot of guys leave that ball down there by the break ball and play the angle to where they just have to slide up a little.
If he had a good lead ball to the 14, I'd agree with that.
Right.
But if the 13 was lower, I'd agree with that. But now he's got a little off angle on the 13. See, now he sees, well, off angle here, and now let me take another look at this.
Right.
I'm still going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to shoot the 13, 14, 13, 14, 4.
He can even slide down really with a soft stroke. I don't see this being a problem. See? Yeah.
53.
No, he just doesn't want to be careless. He wants to make sure he has either no angle or the correct angle, depending on how he wants to play it. A few of the German players were discussing. They wanted to. I don't know if it. I guess it's. What do they use over there? Francs or something? What kind of money do they use there? In Germany, Billy?
55.
Is it francs?
Well, I know what we use here.
Well, nevertheless, they wanted to place a small little interest wager on their fellow countrymen here in this match.
Which match? Which
this
match?
match here.
Right here?
Mm-hmm. They really liked him in this match. They thought he was playing good. And,
yeah, but Dick Lane, you know, he's a competitor.
Yeah,
you know?
He's a competitor.
I don't know if you could have slated him as a favorite going into this match.
Right, but if I wagered my money on Dick Lane and I lost, I wouldn't be upset because I know he went down trying.
Yeah, sure. And he opened up with a 98, you know, and if he goes on to lose this match, that's a shame opening up with a 98.
Right, but he's still going to be in the main event here and have plenty of chances, hopefully, to win the tournament.
Okay, Souquet 129, Dick Lane 108, and Dick Lane is still on a foul.
And he's on a run of 55.
But he may never even have another opportunity back at the table.
Yeah,
21 balls. That's one more rack after this.
My personal opinion is that that foul won't come into play. Efren, he's got an interesting shot over here on the 8. He's going to play just to brush the rack, I guess, on the 11. That's not a
very good angle.
No.
He wanted a straighter in shot. But in the meantime, Souquet very deliberately looking over everything and making sure that he doesn't do anything wrong. It's getting crunch time here for both players. And one mistake by either player after. Now there's the shot I was talking about before, but that would.
But you don't want to draw that one there.
But look at the results.
Wow.
Come on, you have to keep an open mind to this now, okay? If you would reset that up and hit it with a much stronger draw stroke, what would happen?
But then you bring missing the ball into play, Billy. I don't agree with that. I think just back to the center of the table, especially in this scenario here, leading the match in such a crucial time at the table.
I don't think the score has anything to do with it. If you shoot the shot the proper way, if it is the proper way to shoot it the way I suggested, the score shouldn't have anything to do with it.
I don't think the score should have anything to do with it until you bring a shot in that you possibly could miss. You shoot it with an extreme draw stroke, trying to draw off the rack to the end rail and back out to the center of the table. You bring missing into making it a possibility there.
Well, I just think that if that is the proper way to shoot that shot, then the score there shouldn't have any bearing at all.
What a shot!
And instead of digressing, we'll get away from that point. Enger just missed another ball. He's not really playing as well at this stage of the tournament.
No, he was pretty smooth yesterday. I watched his match and the matches before.
Two ball. $58.
He wants to play I guess he's going to play the 14. He really doesn't have anything to break the rack that's really great right now. Do you see a shot?
14 ball.
Well, actually, he can shoot the 4
59.
and billiard the 7 into the rack with the right angle.
He's going to shoot the 4 off and then have the 7 to break the rack. I didn't know if he could shoot the 4 from that angle without moving the 7. I didn't know if that was available.
4 ball.
I thought it was like you were thinking that he had to shoot the 4 from another angle, moving the 7. He's going to shoot the 13, and if he can split the 10 and 6, I don't see how the rack can't come apart.
I think he should shoot the 7 now.
No, I don't think so. Why?
Because
Leaving the 13
the 13
as a save?
is an insurance ball.
Could be, yeah.
7 ball.
But I think he'll have a shot on the 6-15 if he splits the 10 and 6 with speed. See, he hit the wrong side of it. He's okay
61.
though. I don't think he wanted to hit the ball that full.
Not
like
that high.
Yeah.
No. He wanted to hit a little lower, so he would have been able to control the cue ball
Right.
a little bit better and keep it on this side of the table. But
10 ball.
this shot should be not much of a problem for him, but
No.
it's missable.
62.
Got a nice break ball in the 15. A little low, but it's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. And he's probably going to go ahead and take the 13 or the 5 out of play. I think I'd probably want to take the 5 out of play.
You know, the 5's not a bad ball to get onto the break ball with as well, you know, because it goes right around it. It's not that bad at all.
No, but what about the 5, 11, 13, 3, 6, 12, 15, somewhere around there.
Well, that's not bad at all as well.
Yeah.
So many different ways you can do it from this position, considering with the position of the balls.
Yeah, he's got them nicely separated, all about a foot apart from each other, and all the pockets open.
There's probably about 174 different possibilities how he can get to the break ball.
If you wanted to consider how you could make the cue ball travel, it'd be infinity and beyond, as the guy from the Toy Story says. I forget his name. Well, I didn't.
65.
I didn't understand why he had to.
You know what he wants to do? He wants to shoot to 12, 13, 3, 6. That'll drop him nicely on top of the 15. See the pattern right there?
Sure.
The 3's a good lead ball to the 6, and actually the 6.
Oh,
that ball skidded on him.
Wow.
Definitely skidded on him. He's really unhappy with it.
He's lucky he was shooting at a full shot there. Any kind of cut, that ball would have gone.
Didn't end up costing him what it could have had it skidded a little more than it did.
Right.
But still, you know, he's in good line on the 13. He'll shoot 13, 3, 6, 15. And if he's able to attain a nice angle on the 15 ball for the break ball, then I think he'll only need 6 or 7 more balls to win the match.
Yeah.
7.
I don't see many problems from here. The only thing here, you don't want to fall. When you shoot the 6 to get on the 15, you don't want to fall too much on the rail, because then you make the 15 a lot harder shot. And needing 6, you don't have to open the rack completely wide. And you don't have to have a perfect spread on everything. He wants to fall a little bit off the cushion where he knows he's going to ice the 15.
Ice the 15?
Yeah,
you like that icing job, don't you? Yeah, I wouldn't mind icing a couple of balls myself.
69.
Well, he's in a pretty good position to ice the 15, I tell you that.
Yeah, I don't see him missing this, and
it's close to the ball. He's shooting into a fairly large pocket.
Sure.
The adrenaline's starting to flow right now. He sees victory.
Although we've seen some strange
things. He's not the type of a player that snatches defeat from the jaws of victory. So therefore, he's in a pretty good position right here.
John, I've seen some funny things today on these matches. John Schmidt and Dallas West. John Schmidt needed 5, and the balls were wide open after Dallas West miss, and John Schmidt missed his first ball. I didn't ever expect that. And then he needed 2, and the balls were wide open, and he missed the shot. And I couldn't believe it. And Dallas West came back and beat him.
Well, Dallas West is definitely a very, very capable player, even though he's up in years a little bit right now.
He's a Hall of Famer. You can't say it. Yeah.
Gets the job done, like Souquet is trying to do right now. Leading in the match 143 to 108, and needing only 7 balls to win the match.
And I didn't expect that from Dick Lane on that foul he made trying to play safe. That was being a little careless, because the main thing, you can't scratch there. I mean, if you don't quite get him on the rail, or don't quite get him up in that corner pocket, that's one thing. You're not going to leave a shot to shoot at that's reasonable. Just make sure you don't scratch.
Oh, he got stuck in the side of the rack, but unfortunately the balls
2
cooperated for him.
So
it looks like that's the end.
Yeah, he's sitting
the end of Dick's
71 to 74. That's 145. He needs 5 balls.
5 balls, and well, he can just pick any 5 he wants from here. I mean, they're spread nicely for him. Shouldn't have any problem.
I don't know if his adrenaline is going, or if he wanted to hit that break shot that hard, but needing 7 balls before the break shot, he hit that break shot pretty hard. Wouldn't you say?
He may opt to shoot to 14, because the only thing that can stop him right now, if he fouls to 4, shooting over top of it.
Sure, and why not just come 2 rails for position on the 8? If you fall good on the 8, then you pick off another one, and you'll have the 2. Like so. If he was to fall a little better on it. Now he doesn't have to shoot it.
And he needs 4 balls. 4
Right.
balls or 5 balls?
He needs 4 from
4
here.
balls.
I believe he needs 4.
Yeah.
He's on a run of 72, and he had 74 when the score started. So I don't think I'd be shooting this ball on the side just because
3 ball.
I don't want to have to elevate my cue. I need 4 balls. I'm going to shoot the 2 and the 9 and the 3 and the 8.
Oh,
You
you
understand?
put a little suspense into it also.
Yeah, he might have to curve the cue ball here.
That was pretty.
Nevertheless, he's going to be successful here.
In doing that, he certainly simplified the ball run.
Right, but anyway, I don't want to take a chance on missing myself. But that's why I'm up here commentating, and he's down there on the winner side still.
Well, we have one of the players now that's going to be in the semifinals. One of the 2 undefeated players that will be left in this tournament. The other one, we have both players now.
Right.
That's Minwei Chen and Ralf Souquet will be the feature match coming up.
Right.
We have 1 minute left. Are you asking me whether I want to share it with Souquet or Jeremy? No, I'm forced to share it with Jeremy. Oh, okay, we only have a minute left. We're going to cut it short.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, it's been a pleasure, Jeremy. And your straight pool knowledge right now is, has certainly impressed me. I thought you were solely just a 1-pocket and a 9-ball player, but obviously you play all games.
Yeah, I've learned a lot watching this week, especially getting to watch actually competitive straight pool. When you practice, it's one thing, but seeing the game competitively brings another aspect to it, and you can really learn from it if you don't mind paying attention.
And you're really a student of the game, and it certainly reflects in your play and also in the quickness that you were able to pick up the concept of this game.
Right. Yeah, it's a great game. I'm going to start playing it more and more.
Okay, we don't have much time left, so we're going to close it up. So on behalf of Jeremy Jones, this is Bill Incardona saying thanks a lot for supporting Accu-Stats. Give Pat a call, 1-800-828-0397.